Our broadcast will begin in 60 seconds.
The TribLive High School Sports Network is your home for high school sports. We broadcast over 2,000 high school sporting events each year, over 15 sports, and across 10 counties. Visit us online at HSSN.triblive.com and find the latest in high school sports news, along with live and archive broadcasts, scores, stats, standings, and more, including premium shows live from the Excella Health Studios. TribLive High School Sports Network, the official video and audio streaming network of the WPIAL. High school football on the TribLive High School Sports Network is sponsored by Dollar Bank, by Seton Hill University, by 380 Discount Warehouse, by Excella Health, by Carlo University, by Chick-fil-A Robinson, and by Trib Total Media. Now let's head out to Pine-Richland High School and join Cory Campano and Greg Finley for all the action.
We're live from Pine-Richland High School. The Pine-Richland Rams hosting the Seneca Valley Raiders alongside Greg Finley. I'm Cory Campano. Thanks for joining us here tonight on the TribLive High School Sports Network. Greg, interesting scene here tonight. Packed house at Pine-Richland, as it always is. The Rams lost their opener this season, but have just rolled since. They've won 7 in a row. Offense looks great. Defense looks great. And for them, it may be just another opponent here this evening.
Yeah, I mean, their opening loss was to IMG, which is a really good football team coming from Florida. And when I talked to Coach Eric Kasparovich I said, you played IMG. What did that define for your season? He said, playing that kind of competition, it just prepares us for this 6A conference. And I think that's why they've been able to roll. They go up against the best of the best, then they go into their conference play, and like you said, I mean, they're scoring 40 points per game, only allowing 14. Everything's been working out for them. They have a new quarterback after Phil Dracovic went on to Notre Dame for this football season. New quarterback, he's done great. 85 of 132 is Cole Spencer for over 1,000 yards already. He's thrown for 8 touchdowns, and Coach Kasparovich says each game he gets better.
And he will have to just continue to keep getting better because it's almost playoff time. Heavily favored Pine-Richland has looked that good again this year. Different story on the other side for Seneca Valley. Under Coach Bushley in his second season, the Raiders, they only give up 7 points a game. You heard Pine-Richland only gives up 14. The Raiders only give up 7, but they heavily rely on that defense because they only score 22 of their own. Defense is going to have to shine bright here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at the defense only allowing 7 points per game. The most amount of points they've given up in one game was 20, and that was in a 20-14 loss to Pittsburgh Central Catholic. And it's all led by Jake Stebbins. He's got 37 tackles this year. Evan Smith has 19, and Tyler Proctor has 19. One guy that was heavily looked at this year was Sage Lay. He got offered by a Division I school, and he really hasn't produced much this season. He only has 6 tackles. But, so it's definitely going to come down to defense for Seneca Valley, and it's going to come down to offense. They're going to have to outscore Pine-Richland because best offense going up against the top defense. It's going to come down to Gabe Lawson at quarterback, 69 for 118, almost 1,000 yards. He's 95 yards away from 1,000, thrown for 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's been really good. It'll come down to his offense, and if their defense can hold Pine-Richland, it'll be a good game.
Yeah, Seneca Valley really going to have to do their best defensively to slow down the Pine-Richland Rams. Seneca Valley won the coin toss and elected to receive the football, so they're going to send out that 22-point per game offense. Didn't mention they are 6-2 overall, 4-2 in this now 6A Quad County Conference, where all of 6A resides. Pine-Richland will tee it up from the 40 to kick it away. Their place kicker is Mason Pruse, who has had quite the season, but he will not be kicking off the opener. Zach Warenka will be kicking off the opener for Pine-Richland. Ball teed at the 40. They're set to go. Seneca Valley will get the ball first, and this will be a tough test for the Raiders on the road, trying to pull off the upset here, and they'll start with the football. That pooch kick down the sideline, and already we have a flag on the field. This will be blown dead in an illegal formation on the kicking team. You saw coming up to receive there was Brennan Hayes for Seneca Valley. He's their focal return man, but also back there is Jake Meinweiser. Packed house here tonight at Pine-Richland High School. Across the way, the Seneca Valley Raiders fans have traveled well. Students in the whiteout. Senior night here at Pine-Richland, a wonderful ceremony prior to kickoff. Reflecting, I've seen schools that only reflect the football players, show the football players. Not here. Band, cheerleaders, everyone. So Warenka will tee it up again to boot it deep for the Rams. Coming up here is Hayes, and Hayes just inside his own 20. Little seam down that Pine-Richland sideline. Gets up across the 30, and he's bumped out of bounds, and a flag flies late. So be an unsportsmanlike penalty against Pine-Richland. Not exactly the script that the Rams wanted to open with, Greg Finley.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he was just going to duck out of bounds, but at the very end of that play, a late hit, and that's going to push a 15-yard penalty, and Seneca Valley is going to have great field position to open up this football game.
An illegal formation and offsides on their own kickoff to start the game, and then once Seneca Valley gets a touch, an unsportsmanlike penalty. So the Rams will have to rely on their defense to start, as Seneca Valley will start from the 47-yard line, and here's Gabe Lawson and company. Seneca Valley has that pro-style offense. They will open up a couple different ways. You see two running backs in the backfield this time, and the gives to the first man through. Taking that one is Evan Smith. Gets positive yardage up across Pine-Richland, across midfield, into Pine-Richland territory. Nice start for the Raiders. See a little bit of Evan Smith. We will see at wide receiver Luke Smith, Josh McLean, Jake Stebbins, the tight end. Matt Stanger runs the football along with Jake Meinweiser. Now the Rams come out on a 2nd and 5. Lawson, the snap, and give up the middle. Not much room that time. Getting the football was Matt Stanger. Gets maybe 2, and this will be an early test for that Seneca Valley offensive 3rd down.
Trying to go up the middle. Pine-Richland able to just close it right away, and minimum gain there for Stanger.
Stanger's done a nice job this year, 137 carries, 457 yards, and 5 touchdowns coming into this contest. Wears number 4 in white. SV on the sides of the helmets for the Raiders. They will have a 3rd and 4, and in the gun in an empty set comes Gabe Lawson. That's Stanger motioning into the backfield, and Lawson will look to throw. Looks left, nothing there. Rolling right, looking downfield. Nobody open. He's going to tuck it and run, and he's going to be tackled just short of this 1st down yard to gain. Making the play was Anthony Sermonera. A good hold for the Rams and decision time for the Raiders.
Now Sermonera comes in. He sees that Lawson's going to keep the football. As you take a look, there's nobody open. It's great coverage by Pine-Richland secondary. Lawson just tucks it away, and Sermonera sticks him. It'll be 4th down and 1. And if you're Seneca Valley, you're coming into Pine-Richland, opening drive, you're in plus territory, why not go for it?
There's absolutely no reason to not go for this. I agree with you, Greg. 4th and 1. Lawson again in the gun. That's Stanger to the left of him. Man in motion is Smith. Give up the middle. Going to be close here. This will depend on the spot, but I believe that Seneca Valley's got enough for this 1st down. Just a straight-ahead running play, and they do. move the sticks on a conversion on a Matt Stanger run.
He's in the shotgun formation, and they just push Stanger, and the offensive line helps him make sure that he gets that first down. You see all the effort from the men up front pushing him forward to make sure he got it. He needed one, he got two.
Big boys on that offensive line: David Ketch, Donnie Kreisberg, Josh Kaltenberger, Drew Robertson, and Marcus Might, the linemen for the Seneca Valley Raiders, as they have a 1st and 10 from the Pine-Richland 43. Lawson motions Stanger out to the left. He'll have an empty backfield set. Lawson, snap, he'll look to throw. Rolls right, guns one downfield, has a man, and it's pulled in inside the 25. A great grab that time by Evan Smith. And a nice conversion for the Raiders. Pass play sets them up nearing the Rams' red zone.
And Lawson rolling to his right here. Here comes the pressure on the outside. He sees it, goes to the right just a little bit, and finds a wide open Evan Smith for the completion. Great play.
Trent Miller with the pressure from that left side, but Lawson the wherewithal to roll right and find the target. Now a little screen play set up and blown up in the backfield. That was Stanger who made the catch. Coming up to make the hit on the outside for the Rams was number 6, Connor Hetzel. Blew that play up before it even got started.
Well, they went with the wide receiver screen, the bubble screen on the outside. Lawson drops back. He's just going to dump it off right there. And, yeah, they go low, and they make sure that they don't get second effort when you go low and you knock them down.
Stebbins was out there to try and block, but Hetzel, too quick, got around him. 2nd and 17 after the loss of 7. Lawson under center now. That give is to Stanger, and he is bottled up yet again. Reading the play and getting in there first into the backfield was Merrick Miller, the senior linebacker. Another loss on the play. Call it 2 this time.
They go with the run. And the Pine-Richland defense, they've stopped Stanger right in his tracks now. Back-to-back plays. Now you have 3rd and 19. Gabe Lawson's going to have to throw the ball here.
Lawson completed that long pass to Evan Smith, and then they've gone backwards 9 yards since. Just under 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Here's Lawson. 3rd and 19. Rolls left, floats one downfield into double coverage there. 50-50 ball. It is intercepted. Going the other way for the Pine-Richland Rams. Stepping in front of that pass was big number 12, Dylan Stenson. And Gabe Lawson, a throw that he'd like to have back. If anything changes field possession, though, the Rams will take over. Their defense makes the big play first.
This is an ill-advised pass, but again, there's nobody open. There's pressure. He's on the run, tries to go sideline, but Stenson was there the whole time in front of that pass on the interception.
So Stenson with the pick. The Rams will take over from their own 6-yard line. For their possession, want to remind you some of the top athletes in the WPIAL are featured every week on the TribLive High School Sports Network. Log on to our website this fall and check out which athletes we are talking about. Pine-Richland Rams. They've got an athlete at quarterback, Cole Spencer. Wears number 4. Is at a big task to fill the shoes of Phil Jerkovic, who is now a Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Spencer's done a terrific job. They open up in that shotgun spread formation. Clap of the hands by Spencer, and a motion set. Read option, and that's Spencer keeping it up across the 10. Positive yardage, marked down around the 12. Call it 6 on the quarterback keeper for Cole Spencer.
They go with the option. They fake the handoff. And Spencer, he can run. And Coach Kasparovich said he doesn't run a lot, but last week they saw him run a good bit in that game. So he keeps it on this play and gets a solid gain on the play.
Spencer in the gun again. That's 3 receivers up top to the left, but ball stays on the ground. First carry for Luke Meckler on the day, and he will have enough for a first down. Move the sticks for Pine-Richland. Needed 4, got 5. Meckler off that right side. He has had a terrific season, 688 rushing yards and 15 touchdowns, and he picks up a Pine-Richland first there.
Man, how about the game he had last week? 3 touchdowns, 3 different ways. Interception, kick return, and receiving.
He's in the backfield again. Play action, screen to the left, and that is read well and broken up on the outside. Stepping in front of that pass was Ryan Christobic. the cornerback that wears number 7 for Seneca Valley, 5'11" senior, breaking that pass up, 2nd and 10.
They go with the screen. It's read immediately. Not going to allow that completion.
Rams quickly back to the line, but now they'll take their time and look to the sideline, get a play call. Cole Spencer, see Luke Meckler, Caden Schweiger, Eli Yoakum, a lot of athletes for Pine-Richland. Give up the middle again, Meckler fighting for yardage, not much there, gets to the 19. This will set up a 3rd and long. Call it a gain of 2 on the play. Seneca Valley, a great job to clog the middle that time.
You can't forget how good this defense has been this season for Seneca Valley. Pine-Richland's got a long way to go on this field against the top defense in points per game, only allowing 7.
Lost a few weeks ago to North Allegheny by a score of 10-6. Found a way to slow them down. Pine-Richland, an animal of their own, maybe a different type of animal than North Allegheny, but nevertheless, it shows you that Seneca Valley's defense is for real. Cole Spencer in the gun, 3rd and 8. Play action. Nothing open down the middle. He tries to escape, but he's going to be brought down, and getting that sack was Sage Lay. Talked about him briefly in the pregame, Greg. There he is. Sage Lay had a D1 offer from Nevada coming into the season, and I'm sure the Wolfpack folk would like that play from number 1.
That was a great blitz by Sage Lay. Gets by his man, gets right to the quarterback, Spencer, and Pine-Richland's going to have to punt.
4th and 10. Mason Bruce back standing at his own 6 to punt this away, and it's a lofting end-over-end kick that will be fair caught right around that 45-yard line by Josh McLean. And before Seneca Valley's next drive, we'll take a break, step away. It's 2018 WPIAL football. You're watching it on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Thank you to our great customers for voting us.
Back on the TribLive High School Sports Network. Greg Finley is with me. I'm Cory Campano. Thanks for joining us this evening. We've got 5:28 remaining in this first quarter. No score yet. And Seneca Valley goes back out for their second drive, starting in Pine-Richland territory at the 45-yard line. Gabe Lawson opens back up in the shotgun. Designed quarterback draw up the middle, and Lawson's going to be stuffed. Sermon Era read the play again and drove Lawson back. A loss of 1 is where they'll mark it after forward progress, but a great read by 34 and Green.
Thanks to those that are watching on social media. We'd like to send you over to Trib, hssn.triblive.com for the remainder of tonight's game. What a great read by the Pine-Richland defense on Lawson. They know that he can run the ball as well as throw it. And they came right out and brought him back to about a yard behind the line of scrimmage, but he got knocked all the way back to the 50. It's forward progress at the 46.
4:47 and counting here in this first quarter. 2nd and 11 for the Raiders. Lawson, empty set, will drop the throw. Pressure in his face, gets rid of the football and has a man, but it's going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage. That was Ryan Christoback that caught it. But no room at all as Merrick Miller dropped him. No gain on the play, and a 3rd and 11 upcoming. And Greg, this may be the type of game we see here this evening. Defense, the key word.
That's what it looks like so far. I mean, they are really making it hard for either team to really move the football. I mean, the 23-yard pass play from Lawson to Evan Smith has been the biggest play we've seen so far on the opening drive.
And all Seneca Valley did was go backwards after that completion. 3rd and 11 from the 46. Long conversion attempt again for the Raiders. Lawson has time, floats a screen out to the left, has a man there, caught by Stanger, and Stanger gets across the 45, but Merrick Miller trips him up well short of that first down yard to gain, and this is going to be a 4th down, and I would think a punt for Seneca Valley.
They fake it, the blitz came. Stanger tries to make a move. Another one, nice spin, but that tackle made. And they look like they're going to go for it.
That was actually Stenson that made the tackle, and offense stays on the field, but it'll just be a quarterback punt. And a nice job by Lawson. Drops, and it will down inside the 5. Gabe Lawson with a little pooch touch punt there that lands inside the 5 and is downed around the 2-yard line by the Raiders. And with their defense, that is a phenomenal play. I love the play call by Coach Bushley as well.
We do have a flag, and it looks like it's going to go against Seneca, so
this may be for naught. Coach Ron Bushley not going to like that call as you see the holding call made against Seneca Valley, and obviously Pine-Richland will elect to replay the down. And now trotting back to prepare for that punt is Luke Meckler. Gabe Lawson staying out there almost undoubtedly will actually punt it away from the punter's position this time.
that's the thing. He's also the punter, so when you line up as if you're going to go for it, you can just pooch it and nobody sees it coming.
See that a lot around the WPIAL and high school football. Lawson back there, a little muff of the handle there, but he does get it away. Low liner that bounces at the 25 and takes a Seneca Valley roll, and they cover it very well. Meckler let it roll. Seneca Valley not at the 3-yard line, but still down inside the 10 at the 7, and that's where the Rams will have to start their second drive. Greg Finley, this is what Seneca Valley wants.
Oh, absolutely.
They want it down the other end. Keep it in Pine-Richland's end. If there's anything else, we can draw this thing out.
That interception was at the 3-yard line, made Pine-Richland try and work the football as much as they could, but they only got to about the 20. Now, this punt puts them at the 7. This is exactly what you want if you're Seneca Valley's defense.
Coach Eric Kasparovich has got to find a way to get his team moving in his 6th year. He's been phenomenal at the helm. Here come the Rams, give up the middle on the first play. That's Sermonera in there in the backfield that gets the carry, and forward progress blown dead after a gain of 1. Stacking the middle of that defense again. The Seneca Valley Raiders ready for that run up the middle. Might have to try an extend play, spread them out a bit because they look solid up front.
Yeah, the run game hasn't been too strong for Pine-Richland on these first 2 drives, and it's just a handoff up the middle of Sermonera, and he goes nowhere.
In the gun, Cole Spencer. Again, a give up the middle. Big hole this time, and bursting through is Luke Meckler. Breaks a tackle there. Up across the 40, across the 50. Foot race down the sideline, and Meckler is going to take it all the way for a Pine-Richland score. 92 yards, for Cole Spencer. On the give, Luke Meckler right down the sideline. Meckler touched around his own 30, broke a tackle, and it was history the rest of the way.
And to design run up the middle, stiff arm, get off me, missed tackle here, spins away, and after this he's just going to turn on the Jets. Evan Smith tries to get him at the last second at the 30, and he's unable to get him. And Meckler, who had 3 touchdowns last week, opens up the scoring for Pine-Richland on a 92-yard touchdown run.
Luke Meckler's 16th rushing touchdown of the season gets Pine-Richland on the board first. And, of course, just as I say, we have a player limping off here for Seneca Valley as well. That's Josh McLean, who is a big part of the offensive and defensive side of the football for Seneca Valley, holding his left arm. Have to hope that that young man is all right and able to return because Seneca Valley will need him. But Meckler for Pine-Richland's 16th touchdown. Big contributor on the Ram offense, and just as I say, hey, might have to spread the football out. They give it up the middle one more time.
And just as I said, the run game wasn't working out. They get it to go for a 92-yard touchdown.
Extra point attempt here for Pine-Richland. On for the extra point, Zach Warenka, and it is good. Pine-Richland 7, Seneca Valley nothing. And with that score, we'll take another break. It's 2018 WPIAL football on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
380 Discount Warehouse in Murraysville carries a full line of brand new furniture at discount pricing. 380 Discount Warehouse carries Ashley, Liberty, Vaughn Bassett, and Best Home Furniture, and many more. You can special order your furniture at discount pricing. While you're there, shop the many other departments, including tools, automotive, food, pet and wildlife, household goods and cleaning supplies, lawn and garden, and seasonal holiday decor. Visit them on the web at shop380.com or on the road on Route 380 in Murraysville. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 9 to 5. Shop 380 Discount Warehouse and save big.
Back at Pine-Richland High School, the Rams a 92-yard touchdown run from Luke Meckler to open the scoring. A pinned punt deep by Seneca Valley was no match for Luke Meckler, and with 2:13 left in this first quarter. Pine-Richland, that early lead, and sometimes a good defense can't match the good offense, Greg Finley, and Pine-Richland, they have a great one.
Well, that's how the Rams really wanted to respond after not being able to move the football too well, and their defense stopping Seneca right in their tracks, making them punt. A 92-yard touchdown. That'll help.
Another pooch kick this time from Moranka. That's Hayes taking it at his own 25, and Hayes makes a couple men miss, but can't get further than the 30-yard line. So Brennan Hayes sets up shop there. Seneca Valley will start from the 30, their third drive of the game. They've had a couple things going here and there, but ultimately have stalled out twice.
Yeah, I mean, the Pine-Richland defense, we didn't really talk about them too much because Seneca Valley was only giving up 7 points per game, but Pine-Richland's got a really good defense, too. They're giving up 22 points per game. They're allowing 14 points per game, and you see why. I mean, they look very stout so far.
Sermonera has made 3 or 4 plays already from that linebacker spot. Tyler King there, Merrick Miller as well. Terrific linebacker set for the Rams. Raiders on offense again. Here's Gabe Lawson. Read option, gives to his running back Stanger. Stanger met at the line of scrimmage, but carries a man with him for a couple yards. Brought down there at the 34. And a nice pickup on first down for Matt Stanger. Call it 4.
Trying to go up the middle. Not really getting much at first, but then he gets pushed forward and takes that shot. Get pushed forward for about 4 yards.
So some confusion here this time for Seneca Valley as they try and get set. That receiver on the near side this time is big number 3, Luke Smith. Remember that Josh McLean was hurt on that touchdown run. Gabe Lawson in the gun. Give up the middle. A little bit of room that time. Getting tripped up from behind by Merrick Miller was Stanger, but he does get up near the 40-yard line. Mark him down at the 39. Nice pickup of 5. That'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
So again, they go ground and pound with Stanger. Gets that lead block by Smith, and that helps him find that hole up the middle on the left side. Nice block by Smith.
Big conversion attempt here for the Raiders. Under a minute left in this first quarter. Gabe Lawson in the gun. Sends a man in motion in front of him. That's Smith. Give to Stanger. He kept it. Now Lawson, it was a read option play, and he should have given it to Stanger. There was room on that right side. Instead, Lawson keeps it and is brought down for a loss. This will be another 4th down for Seneca Valley, and they needed to convert there.
Pine-Richland's defense with the good read here. They fake it to Stanger. Lawson right away. Pine-Richland knew that he had it.
Great job by Trent Miller, the defensive end, to stay at home on that read option, and he was looking right at Gabe Lawson. Loss of 1. Punting unit out there for the Raiders. Lawson, the punter as well, will boot it away. And this one will float out of bounds, and it will depend on the spot. Not a very great kick for Seneca Valley. They will mark this at the 44-yard line. Pine-Richland will set up there when we return. It's 2018 WPIAL football on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
What can you expect at Seton Hill University?
An opportunity to transform the future.
A leader in innovative and mobile technology.
A personalized education tailored to your interests and your goals.
A welcoming community.
A big step up to your dream career.
As a nationally recognized Catholic liberal arts university, Seton Hill pushes your education, your abilities, and your career to a higher level. Seton Hill University. This way up for progress, possibility, and a brighter future.
Back on the TribLive High School Sports Network, second quarter. about to begin with Pine-Richland leading 7-0. Cole Spencer in the gun to start the second quarter. Looks to run immediately as coverage downfield was excellent, and Spencer's brought down right away, but a flag flew in late in the direction of the tackle. Could mean face mask. It looked like Spencer went down awkward, but instead it's a holding against Pine-Richland, push them back 10 yards. And Greg, they lead 7-0 after one, kind of how we expected. Defensive game, other than one big play. It's really been all defense in this one, and that could continue.
Yeah, I mean, we really didn't see a whole lot of movement on these drives except for that 92-yard touchdown. Seneca looked like they had something going when they completed the 21-yard pass to open up their first drive, but that ended up turning into an interception, and then Pine-Richland looked like they weren't really able to move the football on offense until the touchdown.
Now back on offense, 1st and 20 from their own 34. Cole Spencer in the gun. Fakes the give up the middle. He'll look to throw. Pressure now. He decides to tuck and run, and Spencer gets positive yardage up to the 38-yard line. Not much there. Call it a gain of 4. So far, Seneca Valley, the secondary, it seems like, Greg, every time that Spencer drops the pass, there's either nobody open or not much time for him to make a decision.
Yep, they're bringing the pressure, and they're covering really well. You see it here on your screen. There's 3 guys after a 4-man rush coming in to make the play. Just not a lot of time for Spencer to make a play.
David Ketch, Hunter Gross, Felipe Junquiera on the defensive line have been terrific. Give this time will go to Luke Meckler, and again, he is bottled up. Not much room at all. Seneca Valley standing true. Meckler went off that left side for a short gain. That was Junquiera in on the stop for the Raiders, and a big 3rd and 14 upcoming for Pine-Richland. They lead it by 7. This is their 3rd drive of the game. Sophomore Cole Spencer at the helm for the Rams. Coach Kasparovich has said that he has gotten better in every game that they've played. Very important for the sophomore to develop. Changing the play at the line. Spencer fakes the give, keeps it himself, and he is brought down hard in the backfield. Reading the play to make the stop was big number 22, Evan Smith. That Seneca Valley defense showed up that possession. They'll force a punt.
Well, it looked like they were going to go fake handoff option, and that just didn't work at all. You got Sage Lay and Evan Smith waiting for it. Probably should have handed that ball off.
Cole Spencer also does the punting for the Rams as the quarterback, and a low snap there that he did a great job to handle. On the punt, Hayes muffs it. Loose on the ground. Pine-Richland has it. Official has already signaled that way, and the Rams force their 2nd turnover of the game on the muffed punt by Brennan Hayes.
Oh, you really can't do that if you're Seneca Valley. Your defense just did a great job. You see it, muffs it, gets hit immediately, trying to dive on top of it, but not able to do it, and Pine-Richland's the team that ends up with the football. That really hurts Seneca Valley. This is a team that you cannot make mistakes against, the Pine-Richland Rams, and Seneca just made a big one.
Now the Rams will set up at the 26-yard line in SV territory. That was Hetzel, Connor Hetzel, that fell on the football. And now we get a little bit of trickery here from Pine-Richland. The entire line shifts to the right with Meckler, the only man behind them, lined up out there. Spencer with one lineman in front of him will snap, look for a throw across the middle, and it's caught. A diving snag by Meckler. First down yardage for the Rams. A bullet pass, but a better catch by Luke Meckler.
What a weird formation that Pine-Richland went with. And Spencer just had to get rid of the football. They didn't even bring any pressure on him.
Give up the middle again is Meckler. On the first down carry, gets inside the 10. Swallowed up in the middle, but now a short field to go after the Meckler 4-yard run. Terrific job by our crew there. You saw that replay slowing it down. Is the impressive catch from Luke Meckler. Now 2nd and 7 for Pine-Richland. Spencer will fake the give this time. Look to throw. He has all day. Now he rolls right. Flag flies behind the play as Spencer runs it into the end zone. On the right sideline, Cole Spencer made one man miss and dove into the end zone. We'll have to see what the flag is for.
We just got another flag on the end of that play.
For now, it's a 9-yard touchdown run for Cole Spencer, but there's a lot of laundry on the field.
Definitely in the area of holding on that first one.
Yeah, the flag flew as soon as Spencer escaped the pocket. And then that flag, as you said, Greg, flew very late. In the end zone it sits. Have to see the call here. Could be multiple penalties upcoming. So there's your call. Holding on the offense. There was only one foul on the play. It's a holding against Pine-Richland. And depending on where that call was placed, boy, that is well back. This started at the 9-yard line, so the flag was thrown at the 15, way back in the backfield. This is marked at the 25, I believe, 26-yard line. So,
well, he went with the shotgun formation, had to run away from the pressure, and that's probably why this gets pushed back so far.
So the first down yard to gain is at the 2-yard line. This is at the 26, 2nd and 23 for the Rams. Meckler, man in motion. Spencer fakes the give and keeps it up the middle, and there's not much there. Seneca Valley was waiting for him yet again.
They're trying to run the football with Cole Spencer. They fake it, move a little bit to the left, and he's met right by 5 Seneca Valley Raiders up front. They are not letting Cole Spencer run on them.
Jake Stebbins, the signal caller in the middle there, does an excellent job at reading those read options. As now Pine-Richland will have to think about, do we go conservative and try for 3? Or do we give this one a shot? It's 3rd and 21 from the 24-yard line. Spencer will drop and look to throw. Pressure in his face. He's rolling right again. Now tucks it, decides to run, and there's just nothing there. Excellent coverage down the field and a great job by Stebbins on that quarterback spy to stick with Spencer and hold him to a short gain.
I don't even think he got a yard on that play. I think the line of scrimmage was the 24-yard line, and that's exactly where he's going to go down.
Now, and you're right, Greg, right at the line of scrimmage. So 4th and 21. Nearing 7 minutes to play in the first half. Big decision again for the Rams here. And if you're Coach Kasparovich, you might want to let the quarterback let one fly. On 4th and 21, Spencer drops. Pressure again. He will roll right. Spencer has a man in front of him. Dodges him. Will take off and run. Flag flies. And Spencer throws one to the back of the end zone, clearly past the line of scrimmage, maybe by 5 yards before he got rid of that football. There's going to be a lot of flags thrown now after that ball was thrown by Spencer.
You're going to get an offensive holding, and you're definitely going to get an illegal forward pass. The line of scrimmage is the 24, and he threw that at the 19-yard line.
5 yards ahead of the line of scrimmage, but if you're Seneca Valley, you just decline this.
Yeah, this is take the football back. And if this is on Seneca Valley, that illegal forward pass will negate your penalty.
Yep, that will be an offsetting call. You're right, Greg. Officials discussing it here, and they are discussing it on the far sideline with Coach Bushley. So clearly these will be against PR. They'll decide what to do here. So there's your call. Was a holding and, just as we thought, an illegal forward pass. So Seneca Valley will take over. Reminder that coming up at the half, it's the TribLive High School Sports Halftime Show. On this week's show, Don Rebel and the Trib's Chris Harlan take a look at the latest WPIAL football playoff picture heading into tonight's action. Can't believe that we are already at that point.
It's amazing.
Season has moved rather quickly, if you ask me. 7 minutes exactly on the clock left in this first half. Seneca Valley trailing Pine-Richland 7-0, but they will take over from the 22-yard line.
Other than that 92-yard touchdown run, Seneca Valley's defense has been amazingly good against Pine-Richland's offense.
Gabe Lawson and company out again for another possession, and Matt Stanger will start it yet again, but Pine-Richland got to give their defense just as much credit thus far, as Stanger had nowhere to go that time, a gain of 1.
And they're holding him to just 12 yards on 5 carries.
Making the stop that time was Michael Kadick. Give him forward progress out to the 24 for a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Tightly packed offensive line for Seneca. Now a couple men in motion. Going across there. And Lawson by himself in the backfield. Flag flies as he hoists one over the entire coverage. Looking for Stebbins was the technical intended receiver, but that flag lays upon the 20-yard line. Maybe an illegal formation call here.
Yep, that's what they got him for.
It looked like 26, Jake Meinwieser, was moving as Lawson snapped the football, which is a no-no. And Pine-Richland has declined this penalty to set up a 3rd and 8.
Defense for sure.
We talked about it in the pregame with Don Rebel. We talked about it all week. That really, you look at this and you say Pine-Richland's offense versus Seneca's defense. The other two sides got to play each other as well, and right now Pine-Richland's defense has the edge. Empty set here, Lawson. He's got 4 receivers and a tight end. Pine-Richland showing blitz. Seneca Valley picks it up. Lawson has time. Now pressured, will roll left, float one, and he has a man. It's caught up across the 35-yard line, and Josh McLean, who is back from injury, comes back to make the catch, and a big first down for the Raiders.
Look at the time he has. That's a nice move right there to get away. Roll to your left. There comes the pressure, and McLean. And it's good to have McLean back on the field. He's a big target for Gabe Lawson's offense.
Always tell the receivers to come back and help your quarterback out when he's on the run. McLean did just that. 1st and 10 from the 36. Ball at the left hash. Here's Lawson. Option to the right. Stanger catches the ball with some room to run, but the Pine-Richland defense closes quickly. Running over to make that stop for the Rams was Tyler King. He closed extremely fast, and Stanger, it looked like he had room here, but just didn't.
Sure did. Everybody came after Lawson, then he gets rid of it the last second, and Stanger just gets met.
Ball placed right at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 2 and 2nd and 8 for the Raiders. So we wind under 5.5 in this first half of play. 2 men in the backfield this time with Lawson. Give up the middle. That's Smith. And Smith gets up across the 40 and is brought down at the 41-yard line for another short Seneca Valley gain. This time 3 yards from Evan Smith.
I think they're just trying to chip away here as much as they can. They're not forcing anything too big against this Pine-Richland defense.
Pine-Richland trying to get through Seneca Valley. Their showdown at North Allegheny next week to end the year. If they win tonight, that will play for the Quad County Conference, assuming North Allegheny takes care of business. Lawson, that hard count fake, and now looks to the sideline. Important play call here for the Raiders. 3rd and 5, play clock down to 4. Lawson, gotta hurry, does get it off, and it's a give up the middle. Stanger makes a cutback and dives up near the 44-yard line. That's still going to be a couple yards short. Gain of 3 when they needed 5, and once again the Pine-Richland defense holds. Don't know that you can go for it at this spot, Greg.
I don't know. It kind of looks like they're going to, but we might see another pooch kick.
This would be a dangerous call to go for this. Might want to just rely on your defense again, and that's exactly what they'll do. Lawson punts it away. Meckler was deep, but not as deep for a normal punting situation, and now because of the Seneca Valley roll, Meckler picks it up inside his own 5, and he draws a face mask call. Flag flies on late. You saw the head turn from Meckler, and the decision to pick up that football is going to help the Rams field position-wise as Seneca Valley is going to take another penalty here, Greg.
You just can't keep doing this. You just can't keep giving Pine-Richland break after break.
Officials discussing it, and it's either going to be they pick up the flag or it's a face mask on SV. There it is. Face mask call will push Pine-Richland up 15 yards further. Don't forget to tune into This Week in the WPIAL on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Join us as we visit with some of the top WPIAL coaches, plus we recap Week 8 and preview Week 9 of the regular season.
And also don't forget next Friday, our video game of the week for football is Upper St. Clair at Bethel Park. The game will be streamed live and archived on Trib, hssn.triblive.com. But you can also watch it on PCN television. Our own Lanny Fertari and Bob Orquist will have that game for you with a 7:30 kickoff. Upper St. Clair, Bethel Park, wrapping up the regular season on October 26th on the TribLive High School Sports Network and PCN TV.
1st and 10, ball placed at the 9-yard line. It was just a 5-yard face mask call, and what a start to the drive is Cole Spencer on the quarterback keeper. A big chunk of yardage down that left sideline up across the 25-yard line. They mark it at the 27, and watch Spencer here. Just a great read to keep that himself and find a hole on the left side. Blocking out in front was there, Tyler King. Call it a gain. 17 up to the 26, 1st and 10. Handoff in the backfield, not much room that time for the Rams. First carry of the game that time for Caden Schweiger, but he was brought down quickly on the play by Drew Robertson.
The Raiders defense able to make that play easily up the middle on Schweiger's attempt.
2nd and 9 from the 27. Spencer drops, looks to throw, slant over the middle, and it was tipped at the line, it looked like, and ultimately behind the receiver, the intended receiver, Day Johnson. Incomplete and another 3rd and long. Day Johnson, where's number 10 for Pine-Richland? He's a long, lanky receiver with some serious speed. They love to get him on the outside, 6'2" and only a sophomore. 3rd and 9 for the Rams. King in motion in front of Spencer. Designed option that way. They'll pitch it to Meckler, and Meckler gets up near the 30-yard line before he's brought down out of bounds. So the clock will stop, and ultimately another turnover on downs upcoming for the Pine-Richland Rams. Greg, do you agree with that play call there?
Well, I think they were just trying to play conservative and not go too far out because Seneca Valley's defense has been really good against the pass. It's only been one completion for Cole Spencer, and it was whenever he brought the entire offensive line to the right side.
Now Spencer stays on as the punter and does a nice job with pressure in his face to get the punt away, a floating punt that is caught by McLean inside his own 35-yard line, turns it upfield across the 40, and is brought down at the 41.
This is going to be a running into the kicker.
Flag behind the play. Good call, Greg.
They brought the punt block in and tried to get on it at the very last second, fell, and Spencer went down, and so they're going to get a 5-yard penalty. We might get a re-kick.
Yeah, they're discussing the penalty right now, and it is. Running into the kicker, Seneca Valley looks like they have elected for a re-kick because that's where their defense is setting up.
Well, now it's going to make it 4th and 1, but you're on your own 35-yard line. If Coach Eric Kasparovich really wants to play smart, well, not smart. If he wants to play aggressive, he's going to go for it.
Yep.
If he wants to play safe, he's going to kick it.
I don't know. This has the looks of a go-for-it type set, as that's Sermonera their short yardage running back in a full house backfield. King's back there, extra blocker back there as well. It's a designed run. Cole Spencer up the middle. He's got a first down and more. Spencer outside. He had room as he got up near the 40-yard line, across the 40-yard line. He had one man to beat before it was green grass ahead. The aggressive play call from Pine-Richland and another first down.
What a play call. And they bring the whole house over on the right. You know he's going to go to the right. He had 3 guys next to him on the right side. If he breaks this tackle right there, he might have been gone.
That was Connor Hayes with the game-saving tackle, and now Pine-Richland quickly to the line again. And a short gain on the run for Meckler. Clock rolling. 2.5 left in this second quarter of play. Pine-Richland trying to make that running into the kicker penalty hurt against Seneca Valley and turn this into a scoring drive. Spencer, couple men in the backfield, 3 receivers set. Fakes the give to Meckler, keeps up the middle. There's room. Cole Spencer across midfield. And they'll actually mark him down right at the 50 on 2nd and 8. He got 6. This will be a 3rd and 2 for the Rams.
It's pretty interesting that they keep running Spencer when they have Meckler over 100 yards already in this first half, but it's working.
This time it's Meckler. Up the middle, he follows his blockers. Another first down, Pine-Richland. They're in SV territory. Clock stops to move the sticks. All 3 timeouts remain for each team in this first half. As Meckler is carrying the load. Pine-Richland quickly to the line. Here's Spencer. Give, he'll look to throw. Pressure, he rolls left, floats one over the middle, and it's almost intercepted. Threw it over the head of Day Johnson, and it almost fell into the waiting hands of Ryan Christobic. That was a dangerous throw.
That sure was, and not quite sure what he was thinking or who he saw open, because that pass was going right to a Seneca Valley defender. Gets away from the pressure. Should have just tucked it away in that situation and almost throws a pick.
Yeah, that was well over the intended receiver, Day Johnson's head. 139 on the clock left in this second quarter. 2nd and 10 from the 41. Pine-Richland with that incompletion can breathe and set up a play call. Spencer in the gun. Fakes to Meckler. Keeps it on the outside. Spencer, positive yardage up across the 35, and as he falls to the turf, a flag falls with him.
And this looks like it's going to be another holding against Pine-Richland. Unless it's on the defense, but a design run, you don't usually see a holding on the defense.
Yeah, design quarterback keeper almost certainly will spell holding on the offense, and it will. That was right where Spencer was being brought down. An interesting end to this first half upcoming here, because we had a situation where Seneca Valley was getting the ball back. We're looking, okay, can they put something together to try and tie this game? And another silly penalty running into the kicker has set up Pine-Richland with a chance for another score. Instead of 2nd and 2, 2nd and 11. Clock rolling here. Don't know if Pine-Richland understands that. I mean, this is desperate time now. I mean, they've taken about 15 seconds off the clock before they've gotten to the line. Play clock's down to 7. Spencer gets it off now. He'll look to throw. Has room up the middle. He tucks it. Spencer up across the 38, 37, and he's brought down inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. And with 1:05 left on the clock, Pine-Richland has taken its first time out of the half.
And it looked like Caffardi was open, streaking down the sidelines at first. I mean, it's a fly route for Caffardi, and it looked like he would have had him, but he didn't.
So, with the timeout, we'll take one ourselves. You're watching 2018 WPIAL football on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
Cory Campano, Greg Finley back with you on the TribLive High School Sports Network. Along with the timeout, it was David Ketch who was down behind the play for Seneca Valley. And he walked off, as you saw there, under his own power, so a good sign there. And we already saw McLean, who was injured, come back in earlier. Love to see an injury-free game in the WPIAL. 2 timeouts remain for the Rams. And with 1:05 left on the clock, this will be a 3rd and 3 from the 34-yard line. Almost certainly 4-down territory for the Rams. Spencer with 3 receivers to the left, full house backfield. He'll give it to the first man through, and bursting through on a carry was Caden Schweiger. Shot out of a cannon, and a big first down carry for the Rams. Gets all the way up to the 26. Schweiger just shot up the middle there. Quickly to the line, the Rams. Option to the right. Schweiger catches it on a low pitch and does a nice job to get out of bounds as he crosses the 25-yard line and then bumped out around the 22. Gain of 4 on that first down carry, and Schweiger ran out of bounds so Pine-Richland can take some time. Be 2nd and 6. 52 seconds left in the half. Cole Spencer, for the time being, is by himself in the backfield with a 5-wide set. There goes King in motion in front of him. Spencer has time, looks downfield, rolls right, has an opening. Spencer takes off, first down yardage, and bumped out of bounds inside the 15. Pine-Richland moving the football. Clock will stop again at 44.
Go into his right. He faked it as he crossed the line of scrimmage, just trying to make one of the defenders move back on a receiver.
So a fresh set of downs again for the Rams. They still have a first down, yard to go, as this is at the 11. Johnson in motion, designed option to the right. Spencer, a late pitch to Meckler, and Meckler is drilled out of bounds. Big hit over there by Ryan Christobic. Initially, the clock ran, so they might have marked him as stopped inbounds, but another timeout is called on the field. Pine-Richland will take its second of this first half with 34 seconds remaining.
And you still have one more timeout. You can still run the football here, and that's what Pine-Richland's been doing majority of this game. Cole Spencer only has 1 completion for 10 yards. The run game's been what's been working for them. Luke Meckler has 116 yards rushing in this game. No thanks to a 92-yard touchdown run.
Reminder that coming up at the half, it's the TribLive High School Sports Halftime Show this week. Don Rebel and the Trib's Chris Harlan take a look at the latest WPIAL football playoff picture heading into tonight's action. And you mentioned it, Greg, 92 yards on 1 carry. 116 for the the entire game thus far. And Cole Spencer, every time he drops back, seems like he's got to scramble, so why not take off with it? That's the nice part about having an athletic quarterback in there in Spencer.
And Eric Kasparovich told me when I talked to him this week that Spencer doesn't run that much. Last week he said was the most that I saw him run all season. Well, this might be the most he's seen him run. It doesn't even mean just on rushes. He's running away from pressure. He's running away from blitzes. And Seneca Valley's defense is making Pine-Richland break everything out of the playbook tonight.
Out of the timeout, it's a 2nd and 6. Yard to gain is the 1 for a first down. Here's Spencer. Give up the middle. Meckler off that right side, and looked like there was a hole initially, but he bounced it right into an SV defender. And now, with the clock running, Pine-Richland is electing not to call its final timeout. We're under 20 seconds, 3rd and short. Give up the middle again. Meckler fights forward, and I think he's got enough for the first down. Short of the goal line, but it looked to be enough for the first down. This could set up 1st and goal from the 1 for PR. 10 seconds left in the half. The Pine-Richland Rams will not risk it. They will take that 3rd timeout and try and punch this in right afterwards. Greg, do you think he got the first down? I don't know that they're even going to measure.
He needed the 1 yard line. It looks like they're marking the ball down at the 2.
there were plenty of signals on the field, player-wise, signaling for a first down, but you're right. Good eye, Greg. That's marked almost an entire yard short. So this will be 4th and 1 from the 2. Important thing to know here is if they should go with a run again, Pine-Richland, get the first down but be stopped short of the goal line, the clock should stop for them to reset the ball.
Yep.
So Pine-Richland could get 2 plays out of this.
They could try and spike the football if they get the first down.
So an important
Question is,
play call here.
Is he going to kick it or is he going to go for it? I don't know why he wouldn't go for it. He went for it on 4th and 1 on his own 35-yard line, and he got it. So I think Pine-Richland's going to go for it.
Zach Warenka was warming up on the sideline as if to say he's ready to kick. And again, we get that full house backfield. Cole Spencer, designed keeper to the right side, dives for the goal line, touchdown, Pine-Richland. A ballsy call again by Eric Kasparovich. And with 6 seconds left in the first half, 13-0 Rams. This time, Cole Spencer from 2 yards out.
So again, they go with the stacked house on the right side. Spencer moves to his right, gets the blockers. He takes a shot at about the 1 yard line, but falls forward into the end zone. And a great way to close out the half for Pine-Richland, getting on the board again to extend this lead.
And out for the extra point attempt. Sophomore kicker Zach Warenka. Snap down, hold good, kick good. Pine-Richland 14, Seneca Valley nothing with 6 seconds left in the half. And Greg Finley, we have just seen what can happen on a silly, silly penalty against the Pine-Richland Rams. Seneca Valley had them stopped again. 4th and 6, running into the kicker, sets up a 4th and 1. Coach Kasparovich says, hey, let's go for it in our own territory. Not only do they convert, but they take it the length of the field, running off 4 minutes of the clock and get 6.
They put together a great drive off that penalty, and a lot of credit goes to that quarterback, Cole Spencer. He really moved this offense down the field by way of his legs, and what better fitting way to close it out on the drive than Cole Spencer, quarterback keeper touchdown.
Cole Spencer and Luke Meckler, really the only 2 names we've gotten a chance to feature call for Pine-Richland in this first half, but doesn't matter. They're up 14 in Seneca Valley. We were trying to see what that offense could do late in the first half. They never got the chance, as now with 6 seconds left, Pine-Richland will almost certainly squib and or pooch kick this to keep it away from the returners.
And keep in mind how big it was for Pine-Richland. They're getting the ball at halftime.
Seneca Valley elected to receive. Now on the return, on that squib kick and looking for room and changing directions 3 or 4 times here is Meinweiser. And finally, he's going to be brought to a halt around the 25-yard line. That'll end the first half with our score Pine-Richland 14, Seneca Valley nothing. It's 2018 WPIAL football here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Thank you to our great customers for voting us.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Make the brand new Chick-fil-A Robinson your destination for a fast, fresh, and tasty meal. Chick-fil-A Robinson can really satisfy you with their signature sandwiches, nuggets and strips served hot and fresh, alongside the famous waffle fries. Need to feed a crowd or a tailgate on a Sunday? Chick-fil-A Robinson Catering has got you covered with hot or reheatable chicken trays. Visit their catering website at cfarobinsoncaters.com to book your business or social media event. Chick-fil-A Robinson Catering. We deliver. TribLive has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment, lifestyles, opinion, weather, photo galleries, video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. TribLive.com. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
Halftime here at Pine-Richland High School. Alongside Greg Finley, I'm Cory Campano. Pine-Richland with a 2-score lead at the half. Greg, we've seen a couple different circumstances here play out in this entire first half. Some penalties, some sloppy plays, some turnovers, and ultimately what we thought. Defense has really been the focal point.
Yeah, it really has, and when we talked about it coming into this, we were focusing on Seneca's only giving up 7 points per game. Well, they've given up 14 here at halftime. But it's Pine-Richland's defense that's been really good. They're not letting Stanger run on them. They're really not letting Gabe Lawson run or throw on them. They're just making stop after stop after stop on defense. And going for it on 4th down and 1 really paid off for Pine-Richland because they put together another 4-minute drive leading in for a touchdown, going up 14-0 here at halftime, and they're going to get the ball back to start the third quarter.
Yeah, you just talked about those scores there. We'll run through our scoring recap right now with the 14 points to Pine-Richland. The first one you're going to see here, a 92-yard scamper from Luke Meckler. And look at the elusiveness, able to dodge 2 or 3 tackles, and then the speed to just get upfield and blow by everyone. 92 yards, just over 100 yards in the first half for Meckler, but 92 there. And then Cole Spencer capped off that long drive with a 2-yard QB keeper. That was on a 4th and short that Spencer was able to run over a man, dive into the end zone. Didn't look like a quarterback there, Greg.
No, and he's really looked like a running back in this game. They keep running that option, and it makes them so dangerous. You go after the running back, well, he can run too. Spencer's been doing it fine in this game. Look for that to keep happening because the passing game, he's only completed 1 pass for 10 yards in the first half. He hasn't need to throw him the ball that much, and it's because Seneca's secondary is so good. So Eric Kasparovich and his offense, they did their homework. They're running the ball fine.
And leading 14-0, one more point about that Pine-Richland defense. We mentioned they give up 14 points a game. Let's not forget that 42 of those points that they gave up came on opening night against IMG Academy. Ever since then, the average has been a lot lower, and that's where you get that 14 number. They have yet to give up any, though, and our score at halftime is Pine-Richland 14, Seneca Valley nothing. We're going to kick it to the halftime show now. And reminder, it's Don Rebel in the Trib's Chris Harlan. They'll take a look at the latest WPIAL football playoff picture heading into tonight's action.
Halftime show, Week 8, our feature game this week. Class 6A, Seneca Valley, taking on Pine-Richland. I'm Don Rebel. Chris Harlan, oddly enough, is by my side, as we are winding down the regular season this week, next week, and that is it. Then we get into the WPIAL playoffs. It used to be the Highway to Hines, but now they're going here, there, and everywhere. So we'll talk 6A specifically, but, this is an exciting time for everybody because you're playing for conference championships, you're playing for home field advantage, you're playing just to get into the postseason. A lot at stake in a lot of these games.
Yeah, this is the point of the year when you start looking at these scenarios. If you start any earlier, they get a little muddied, trying to figure them out. Now you can start seeing teams have their own destiny right in front of them. There's teams that know they have to win. And, they can start counting on other teams that have to win. So it's fun when you get to this point. And 6A, definitely, you see the scenario there. It's all laid out at this point.
Yeah. Top 6 make it, only 9 teams. Top 2, North Allegheny has clinched one of those 2 spots. Pine-Richland with the win tonight gets the other. They get a bye. They get home field advantage in the semifinals. That is huge for those who North Allegheny and in all likelihood Pine-Richland. That's a huge advantage.
I know before the year when we were talking about what the teams would get who got the top 2 seeds, a number of the coaches, including Art Walker, who now has one locked up, he said, hey, that home game is more important than the first-round bye in his mind. He said, give me that home game to know that, hey, we're in the semifinals, 1 game away, we got it at our place. He said to him, that was huge. He'd love to have that home game over anything. And, yeah, I think that is a big one. Right now, for them, they've got 2 regular season games left, and then they got a week off. They get to rest up, and then they know they've got 1 game at Newman Stadium, and if they win, they're going to Heinz Field.
The one team, and hopefully you had a chance to check out the playoff scenario article that I did that took me 14 hours, but that's neither here nor there. I do it for you. Seneca Valley is one of the more intriguing teams. We're seeing them here tonight. They really can swing big or bad. If they win tonight and then win next week and Pine-Richland loses, they could finish in second place, get the bye next to your stadium for a semifinal game. If they lose tonight, lose next week against Norwin, they could be on the outside looking in. It's a huge swing.
And that's why I think the WPIAL made the right decision. Back when this whole playoff format was trying to be put together, the debate was how many teams are they going to take from 6A? Some people said, hey, there's only 9 teams, only take 4. Some people said, maybe take 8. Very few people said take 8 because that just didn't make a whole lot of sense. But some people said, 4, 6, and they settled on 6. And I think that makes a lot of sense when you look at it now because there's still a lot of competition down to these last 2 weeks to try to get in. Only one spot for sure is locked up and among the top 2. 3 teams have clinched, but now you've got everybody except, I think, Hempfield right now is the only team in 6A eliminated. Everybody else is still competing these last 2 weeks, and I think that makes it interesting.
Yeah, for those who can't reach 1 or 2, then you're playing for 3, 4 because at least you get a home game in the quarterfinal.
Right, and that's big. It is. I mean, they'll do it where, 3 versus 6 and 4 versus 5. Right, and 4 versus 5 will face 1. 3 versus 6 will face 2. And so you know where you're going to be. I mean, I think it's a good format. I think they made a right decision with that.
If Seneca Valley doesn't grab one of the top 2 spots or doesn't fall out of the top 6, they'll be in that mix for 3, 4, 5, along with Mount Lebanon, along with Pittsburgh Central Catholic. As far as 6th place, big win last week for Canna-McMillan.
Right, that's a big one because it gives them the head-to-head matchup with Norwin right now. Right, Norwin's still not eliminated. They could win out and maybe get some help, and they could get in too. But, yeah, that was a big one last week. You kind of saw that matchup and kind of knew there was a good chance that was going to kind of be a play-in game almost to keep your hopes alive for this playoff field.
There will be, in a couple weeks when the brackets come out, no great anticipation in 6A because it pretty much all spells out depending on where you finish. 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, and 1A are a little different. Of those other 5 classifications, which do you think will have the deepest field and be the hardest to bracket?
I still think 2A right now is going to be the one that's the toughest to figure out because there are so many teams. You still got a couple undefeated teams there in Burgettstown and Shadyside Academy, and you've got a bunch of other teams coming in tonight with just 1 loss. So I really think that one, and it's also a 16-team bracket. It and 5A are the 2 big brackets this year.
Right.
So I think that one is when they sit down, that's going to probably be the hardest one for them to try to put together.
Yeah, 2A and 5A are 4-week tournaments. All the other 4 classifications are 3-week tournaments. The stretch run is here. 1 more week left after this weekend. That'll do it for our version of the halftime show. Great job, Chris Harlan. I'm Don Rebel. Thank you. Now let's check out the highlights from Week 7 with Kylie Owak.
Week 7 of WPIAL football is in the books, and we have 2 more great calls to let you choose from. While West Midland lost to Bell Vernon, they did have some bright spots, including this beautiful touchdown pass. Josh Roundtree with the call.
The intention there. Here's a floater to the back of the end zone. What a catch by Bryant Johnson.
Next up features our player of the week who scored 6 offensive touchdowns, 1 on special teams and 1 on defense. Here's Derry's Justin Flack scoring his 8th touchdown of the game. Our own Matt Vandriak with the call.
7 pump fakes, fires, and it's intercepted up the far sideline. He does it on defense too. Flack to the house. Pick 6. Touchdown number 8. Justin Flack. And it's 63-20. Derry, the Trojans, getting it done offense, defense, and special teams. Flack has scored on all 3 and has 8 TDs tonight with a 56-yard interception return.
With only 2 weeks left in the regular season, keep watching, sharing, commenting, letting us know what you think is the call of the week.
Thank you to our great customers for voting us.
What can you expect at Seton Hill University?
An opportunity to transform the future.
A leader in innovative and mobile technology.
A personalized education tailored to your interests and your goals.
A welcoming community.
A big step up to your dream career.
As a nationally recognized Catholic liberal arts university, Seton Hill pushes your education, your abilities, and your career to a higher level. Seton Hill University. This way up for progress, possibility, and a brighter future.
.380 Discount Warehouse in Murraysville carries a full line of brand new furniture at discount pricing. .380 Discount Warehouse carries Ashley, Liberty, Vaughn Bassett, and Best Home Furniture, and many more. You can special order your furniture at discount pricing. While you're there, shop the many other departments, including tools, automotive, food, pet and wildlife, household goods and cleaning supplies, lawn and garden, and seasonal holiday decor. Visit them on the web at shop380.com or on the road on Route 380 in Murraysville. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 9 to 5. Shop 380 Discount Warehouse and save big.
Back at Pine-Richland High School, halftime. Here's the Pine-Richland band has just taken the field. The Rams, the home squad, leading 14-0 over the Seneca Valley Raiders. Greg, a lot that we talked about prior to the break and prior to our halftime show was about the defensive side of the football, and that's going to sound repetitive all night, but has been the story all week. That is the story here tonight. And normally there's a lot of times you lead into the game, you talk about this, you talk about that, and it never quite seems to play out that way. Well, it's playing out how we thought it would be, that the defensive side of the football would be the key side for both teams. It's just Pine-Richland's offense is so tough. They have that breakaway ability. They have that one big play ability, and we got to see that with the Meckler touchdown. But also, the Pine-Richland defense is nothing to be taken for granted here, because Seneca Valley, if we look at the numbers here, I mean, they've hardly moved the football.
Yeah, for sure. And Gabe Lawson has only thrown the ball for, let's see, well, he had that 21-yard pass, but then they had that -7. So that took him down to 32 yards in that first half passing. Matt Stanger, he's only rushed for 19 yards. That's it. That's all they've had going for them. Not much. That's Pine-Richland's defense for you. And on the other side of the ball, Luke Meckler, 120 yards on the ground. Cole Spencer, 55 yards on the ground, 10 yards in the air. He's only completed one pass. What's going to be the game plan here in the second half? I think Seneca Valley's going to have to throw the ball, and I think they're going to have to go aggressive. You can't keep running the ball and getting stuffed. So I think they're going to have to get Lawson to McLean, Lawson to Stebbins. They got to try something different, because the run game is just getting blown up by Pine-Richland's defense. For Pine-Richland, keep running the ball. It's working fine. The pass game, you can work it in there if you need to, but the way Seneca Valley's defense has been, Cole Spencer's not always having a designed run. He's looking to throw the ball, right, but the coverage is there, and then he's going to have to tuck it away. So if you're Seneca, your defense, you're doing fine. You're down 14-0. You've done what you can to help your team win this football game. But if you're Pine-Richland, just keep doing what you're doing. The run game's working.
Phil Jerkovic, a well-known name around here, was the starting quarterback last season, a couple years before that as well, sure. But the state champs last year were these Pine-Richland Rams, and Phil Jerkovic put on one heck of a display in his WPIAL career. Now sitting behind Ian Book at Notre Dame in the Fighting Irish squad. We wish him the best of luck in his college career and even further than that. But what's it take here? I mean, Coach Kasparovich needs some sort of credit to kind of just move on from a player like that. I mean, and they have done it quickly. Your first start, if you're Cole Spencer as a sophomore, is against IMG Academy. You get shut out at home. Big Skull comes up here from Florida. Now, last year, Pine-Richland, they hosted, I believe it was Fort Wayne out of Ohio, and blew them out of the water. That game was nationally televised and everything, and they blew them away. And Pine-Richland has just become this culture of winning and winning big. And to lose like that, and albeit by a national opponent, and a game that's not going to affect Pine-Richland in any way, but it's not going to affect them because of the way that they responded after that, and they have just rolled through the WPIAL again.
For sure. And next week's game is huge. You're playing North Allegheny at North Allegheny High School, and when I talked to Coach Kasparovich about that, I said, well, do you look ahead at North Allegheny? How hard is it for your kids to not look ahead at it? He said, we're like, all right, we got North Allegheny in another week. Then after they won that game last Friday, and then Saturday they get in the film room and they go, all right, we're prepping Seneca Valley. This is the game. We have to win this game in order to play for the first place against North Allegheny. So they take care of business tonight. It'll be all NA the rest of the upcoming week.
Some scores from Class 6A, the Quad County Conference. Let's look around to see the competition alongside our game here. North Allegheny does lead West Allegheny 20-7 right now. Reminder that game is being played with a running clock from the start to the finish. That was a decision made by head coaching staffs on each side.
No, that got overruled.
Did it get overruled?
That got overruled, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they are playing a full game tonight.
Are playing a full game. That was the last I saw, was that, so they just applied for it then. And
well, they wanted to do it at first, but the WPIAL said, no, you can't do that.
Got to play a regulation game, which makes all the sense in the world, but everyone else has to do it as well. So that, nevertheless, 20-7 North Allegheny leads. Thank you, Greg. Hempfield 24, Butler 7. And Mount Lebanon leading Norwin 20-0. Pittsburgh Central Catholic leading Cannon Mac 14-0. So that's your scores from around Class 6A. And then, of course, our game here tonight, Pine-Richland 14, Seneca Valley 0. Our score here is the Pine-Richland band finishing up on the field. Greg, you mentioned that Seneca Valley and Pine-Richland, your thoughts on how they would have to come out in this second half. If you had to make a prediction, do you see it playing out that way? Do you see Pine-Richland just being that tough to hold on to this one?
I do. I think Seneca Valley's been playing like they're trying to play smart football, and they're running the ball. They're not able to pass deep plays yet. But I think they're going to have to switch it up. You're down 14-0. You're giving Pine-Richland the ball back. If they go down and score and go up 21-0, you really are going to have to throw the ball. Yep. You can't keep running, staying there, and lost it and not get yards. You have to move the ball on offense. It's just like when you watch the Steelers. If they're down big, they have to keep throwing the ball. If you're down 21-0 opening up this third quarter because Pine-Richland's getting the ball back. Now, granted, Seneca's a great defense. It could still be 14-0. But I still think they have to play aggressive. They got to get on the board. Can't be down 14-0.
One thing Seneca has to clean up is its sloppy play. We have seen too many times, I want to say 3, to count from that first half, just a mistake, a penalty that has either gotten them closer to a first down or given them yards. The face mask penalty, they had Pine-Richland deep at their own 3. Face mask pushed them out up outside the 10. And the turnovers, they've turned the ball over twice. They had a pick that really just changed field position, didn't matter as much, but that muff punt was a killer.
Yeah, the muff punt hurt them, but Pine-Richland did not capitalize on that.
Off the muff punt from Hayes, the muff punt just field position-wise set up another drive for Pine-Richland. Seneca Valley, we're sitting there talking about their offense getting on the field to try and tie the game.
Right.
And you turn the ball right back over after a punt.
Right.
There's just too many things that you can't get away with against a Pine-Richland. You just can't.
Yeah, and I think and with the Pine-Richland final drive that we had, it started off a punt at about the 3-yard line, and there was a face mask penalty, pushed it forward. Then you had the running into the kicker, pushed them forward 5 yards. Now you have 4th and 1, convert, and they kept moving the football, able to punch it in.
And Pine-Richland leads 14-0. This game really, in my eyes, could go either way. You could see Seneca Valley's defense stepping up and them scoring. You could see Pine-Richland's offense pull away and get a couple more scores in the Rams to come out. But we have the players jogging back onto the field here. They're going to put another 3-minute clock out the stretch. We'll take a break here as you're watching 2018 WPIAL football on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
There's a new fear, not of better options, of rising loan rates. It's real. Rates have gone up, and Dollar Bank still has one of the lowest around. With a rate as low as 3.29% APR with only $50,000 borrowed, fixed for 7 years, there's nothing to fear. You can renovate the kitchen or update a bathroom or two. So lock in your rate now before they, well, I don't want to say it out loud. If choosing the better option is your worry, you can be confident that Dollar Bank's loan experts have only your best interests in mind, since they're not paid a commission. So lock in your rate before they go up again. Get those home improvements done with a rate as low as 3.29% APR, fixed for 7 years. Longer terms are available. Stop by, call 1-800-242-BANK, or visit dollar.bank. Dollar Bank, mutually inspired. Rate is for well-qualified borrowers and includes a discount with a maintained qualifying checking account. Not available for the refinance of a Dollar Bank loan, line, or mortgage of less than $15,000 in new money. Monthly payment of $13.34 per $1,000 borrowed. Other terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice. Equal housing lender.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveSYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Make the brand new Chick-fil-A Robinson your destination for a fast, fresh, and tasty meal. Chick-fil-A Robinson can really satisfy you with their signature sandwiches, nuggets and strips served hot and fresh, alongside the famous waffle fries. Need to feed a crowd or a tailgate on a Sunday? Chick-fil-A Robinson Catering has got you covered with hot or reheatable chicken trays. Visit their catering website at cfarobinsoncaters.com to book your business or social media event. Chick-fil-A Robinson Catering. We deliver.
Back on the TribLive High School Sports Network, halftime at Pine-Richland High School. Again, the Rams, leading 14-0 as both teams are finishing up stretching before we start the second half of play.
Don't forget, next Friday, our video game of the week for football. Upper St. Clair is at Bethel Park. The game will be streamed live and archived on Trib, hssn.triblive.com. But you can also watch it live on PCN television. Our own Lanny Fratteri, Bob Orquist, will have that call at 7:30 for the kickoff. Upper St. Clair at Bethel Park, wrapping up the regular season, October 26th, here on the network and on PCN television.
Pine-Richland will start with the football for the second half. They lost the coin toss. Seneca Valley, interesting decision in itself, won the coin toss and elected to put their offense on the field. They elected to receive, and that did not go anywhere for the Seneca Valley Raiders. Hasn't gone anywhere this entire game. The Pine-Richland Rams defense is as advertised. They have stopped Seneca Valley on every possession, and Seneca Valley finds themselves down by 2 touchdowns entering the second half of play. This is not going to be easy for the Raiders if they want to come back and pull off a victory here, because they are on the road. They're against the team that just seems to win every week, and now they're down 2 scores with only a half to play.
And what really hurt Seneca Valley was the interception that Lawson threw. Not saying they could have gotten a field goal, but they were in range of at least getting on the board. And if he doesn't throw that interception, who knows what they could have put together to close out that drive. But, hey, what's done is done. You got 2 chapters left to write this book if you're Seneca Valley. Going to have to continue to make plays on defense, especially on this opening drive. And you got to get the offense going.
Ball placed at the 40 for kicker number 29, Seth Winters. The senior set to kick it away and set deep for Pine-Richland to return is Dylan Stenson at his own 10. Winters, the run-up and the boot. He has a strong leg and boots it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Don't see that often around the WPIAL or high school football in general. That's a boot from Seth Winters. So Pine-Richland will open up from their own 20-yard line after the touchback. And as Greg said many a times closing out that first half, we saw Cole Spencer on display to close it out for the Rams. And really with a 2-touchdown lead and the way that they've controlled the clock, it could be him and Meckler all over again.
Yeah, they could put together another long drive. They got a lot of field to cover.
80 yards to go to start the opening drive of the third quarter for Pine-Richland, and Spencer and Meckler, the two men in the backfield, they'll go to work. It's Meckler right up the middle on the give, and hole closes quickly, but Meckler does fight forward up to the 23, maybe even the 24-yard line.
Design run to open up a little bit of a face mask on the offense on that block, but that didn't get called.
Now a designed option to the right. Spencer pitches to Meckler, and Meckler has enough for a first down. Up across the 30-yard line to the 31. Needed 7, got 8, and he's pushed out of bounds there by Christoback. Move the sticks for the Rams.
Meckler's very dangerous in that backfield, and when they run the option, it really makes them dangerous.
Now Spencer go to work that hard count fake, and now we'll look to the sideline to get the play call. Coach Kasparovich has mixed it up. Not often, but he's mixed it up enough tonight to keep Seneca Valley off balance. And here's a designed quarterback draw. Cole Spencer, huge hole, busts it to the right now and breaks a tackle up near midfield before he is brought down. They'll mark it right at the 50. And that big burst of 17 for Cole Spencer.
Right up the middle. Nice block. Cuts it over to the right. Gets down to the 50.
Now into Seneca Valley territory on this run for Luke Meckler yet again. Meckler met at the 45, but drags a couple tacklers with him up to the 48-yard line. Or excuse me, up inside the 45 to the 42. And a nice run from Meckler on first down, and Pine-Richland quickly coming to the line. Spencer in the gun, Meckler to the left. He'll give again. Luke Meckler fights up the middle, has enough for the first down. Pine-Richland just keeps it moving, and that offensive line's starting to get some more and more push. Stebbins was the man that brought him down here, Meckler, and Stebbins had to dodge a blocker just to do it. 1st and 10 for Pine-Richland inside the 40. It's Meckler again up the middle. And again, it's positive yardage. This time, not as much, but Pine-Richland moving the ball effortlessly right now.
And it's by way of the run, which we talked about. At halftime, that the way they ran the ball in the first half, why not keep doing it in the second half?
Spencer now looking to throw. No time, so he rolls right. Spencer gets outside and breaks a tackle there. Cole Spencer with the keeper gets near first down yardage yet again. And I don't believe you anymore, Greg, that you said Kasparovich told you he is not a runner. Doesn't run often.
It's what he
has
told
run
me.
all game.
Yep, that's what he told me.
Cole Spencer sets up a 3rd and short, and again Pine-Richland quickly to the line. Meckler in the backfield will get the call. Another big hole up the middle, and Meckler is stopped, but it looked like he had a big head of steam to go even further. First down, Pine-Richland. Chunk of 6 there from Meckler. Meckler was stopped there by Robertson on the tackle, but quickly they get to the line again. King, that man that stands in front of Meckler, next to Spencer. Cole Spencer, play action, a look to throw now, lofts one deep, one-on-one, back of the end zone. A well-placed ball, and it's caught, but out of bounds was Day Johnson. Johnson disagrees with the call, thought he got a foot in bounds, but official was staring at it the whole way, incomplete.
Taking a look at it here on the replay. It's a fake handoff. Spencer going corner of the end zone. And we look. Oh, I don't know. That
foot,
looks like he got that left foot in. It might have hit the white line.
That could have gone for 6 in my eyes. Just from up here, I thought Day Johnson had that left foot in. Nevertheless, Pine-Richland right back to work, and up the middle, it's Caden Schweiger. The sophomore running back Where's number 25? Schweiger with a big boost up to the 15-yard line, another first down. Quickly comes Cole Spencer, and we get a whistle here. Play will be blown dead, and it's going to be a false start against Pine-Richland. And really, Greg, that's the only way to slow them down, is if they move themselves.
The way that they've done this drive so far, yeah, I mean, almost scored a touchdown on the pass play, and then they just go right back to their bread and butter, which is just running the football.
Even when it's not Meckler or Spencer, Schweiger had a great run up the middle there. 1st and 15 now from the 20. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Spencer and company. Give is up the middle. Meckler, another big hole. He gets that penalty yardage back and some more. And his knee is spotted down at the 14, so a gain of 6. That'll bring up 2nd and 9, and Pine-Richland ready to roll again. Spencer. Snap, fakes to Meckler, throws to the right side, a bubble screen. It's caught there, but not much room to run on the outside for the wide receiver, number 5, Eli Yoakum. Yoakum was stacked up there, a nice read by the Raiders. That was McLean in on the stop. Yoakum ended up getting 4 there, so this is 3rd and 5 from the 10. Under 9 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Pine-Richland still on the opening drive. There's a 3rd and 5 here. Spencer, give up the middle. Meckler, enough room there. He's fighting forward. He needed to get to the 5. We'll see where this is marked. Believe it's going to be just shy at the 6-yard line. There was a nice little hole on that right side of the line, but Meckler was still met quickly, and there's no hesitation here from Pine-Richland. Offense on the field. Fourth and 1. Ball at the 6, needing to get to the 5. It's a QB keeper for Spencer, and he's got it. First down, Pine-Richland needed 1, got 2. Move the sticks again for Pine-Richland, and it's 1st and goal. Again, they're at the line. Full house set. Spencer, quarterback keeper, plowing up the middle, and he will be short of the goal line. But Cole Spencer continues to be the workhorse here for the Rams. It seems like it's just him and Meckler rotating right now, Greg.
Yeah, and in this red zone, they keep rotating it, but now Spencer, this is his time. Look at the way that they're lined up.
2nd and 2. This time they'll give it. It's Sermonera who gets a carry, and he's going to be short of the goal line again. So that was 2nd and 2 on a 2nd and goal from the 2. He got 1, inching towards that goal line or the Rams, and they are trying to do it as quick as possible. 3rd and goal from the 1. Same formation. Spencer will keep it again, and this time he's going to get towards the goal line. Touchdown. Cole Spencer, a 1-yard touchdown run, his 2nd of the game. And with 7:05 left in the third quarter, it's now 20-0 in favor of the Rams.
All they did was run the football, and Cole Spencer able to cap it off as he gets hit short first, spins his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And that's the way to open up a second half. Almost take 5 minutes off the clock and punch it in with a touchdown.
4 minutes, 55 seconds on that drive. Here's the extra point attempt. Up and good for Pine-Richland's Warenka. 21-0 Rams. Seneca Valley a chance to respond when we come back. It's 2018 WPIAL football on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Thank you to our great customers for voting us.
21-0 our score here from Pine-Richland High School. The Pine-Richland Rams use a lot of time to run down the field and get another 6 on the board. Seneca Valley has yet to break the scoring slump for them. They've relied on their defense all year, and now you're facing a team with a talented offense and trailing by 3 scores. It's going to be very, very tough if you're a Raider fan, if you're a Raider player, they've got to find a way to dig deep and try and stay in this football game.
And I think what hurt Seneca Valley there was their defense definitely got worn out. That was almost a 5-minute drive. The Rams continue to go hurry up, and they continue to punch them in the mouth with just a run play after run play after run play.
Ball teed up at the 40, and that's where Ranka set to kick it away again for Pine-Richland. Not lining up as deep as normal to boot this one away. Just another pooch. And it will drop just inside the 25. That's Hayes. Hayes picks it up across the 20, across the 25, up near the 30-yard line before he's brought down there. We had that fumble earlier by Brennan Hayes on the punt. He seemed to be pretty sure-handed since then. He holds on to the football there. Seneca Valley, not great field position, but not terrible. And let's face it, Greg, they've got to put a scoring drive together.
Absolutely. Have to put one together, and you don't really want to knock off too much time on the clock either. The clock is against you. You're down 21-0, and it's almost halfway through the third quarter.
See if they take your advice from the half and let Gabe Lawson wing it a little bit. Lone receivers up to the right. Big backfield set. Lawson takes the snap and gives to Stanger off the right side, and Stanger's going to have nothing there. The ball pops out. Loose on the ground. This is going to be tough to say who has it. I think Seneca Valley fell on the football. Digging for it in there was Luke Smith. I think he recovered it. Chance Boyd on the other side for Pine-Richland in there as well, but it will stay with Seneca Valley here. And the flag flew. Officials are discussing the call. So a 15-yard face mask penalty against Pine-Richland. That'll help Seneca Valley's cause, and right now they'll take yards any way they can get it.
Absolutely. Moves the ball across the 40-yard line. Here it is on replay. Great hit. Ball comes right out. Not sure where the face mask was on that, but that's a great hit made to knock that football loose by Chance Boyd.
It was from behind. Miguel Jackson for Pine-Richland called for the face mask. Give up the middle now for Seneca Valley on first down. Big hole. Running with that football. Breaking a tackle inside the 35. Looking to go all the way is Jake Meinwieser, but he's brought down just inside the 15-yard line. But Meinwieser with a big burst up the middle and a strong run for Seneca Valley. They have some life. And we get a player down after the whistle for Pine-Richland. What a run there from Meinwieser. Easily the best offensive play of the game for Seneca Valley. As you see him break the tackle there up across the 45 and chasing him from behind and tripping him up just shy of the 15-yard line was the man that was down, and that is Miguel Jackson, and he's walking off, as you can see there, under his own power, maybe just a stinger, the wind knocked out, but great run for Meinwieser, and Seneca Valley is finally in the red zone.
Give credit to the offensive lineman for opening up that big hole, and that's Meinwieser's first carry for a 39-yard gain. You'll take it.
Ball placed at the 18-yard line. Lawson in the backfield gives up the middle. That's Meinwieser again, but this time there is no hole. And he's brought down in the backfield. Loss of 2. They'll mark it at the 20, and Pine-Richland read that one. There was no fooling the defense that time. They had 4 guys in the backfield.
Look at that. 3 guys were ready for it for Pine-Richland.
Making the tackle was Cooper Lawton. Bring up 2nd and 12, Seneca Valley. Trying to put together their first scoring drive of the game. Gabe Lawson motions Meinwieser out. Now he's by himself. Man in motion in front of him is Curran. Now Lawson drops, looks to throw. Stepping up in the pocket, rolls right, and the throw is incomplete over the head of his intended receiver. And Seneca Valley was looking for a late flag call, but don't think that ball was catchable in order for them to throw one. Boyd had some contact on the outside, but I don't think you could throw a flag here, Greg.
Looking at the replay, I think the ball was incomplete before the contact.
Yeah. So that brings up 3rd and 12. That big run from Meinwieser, and then a loss of 2 and an incompletion. Puts the Raiders in a tough spot here to convert. Obviously, it's 4-down territory, but this is a big play call, and they want to rethink it. They'll call a timeout. Will Seneca Valley, their first one of the half, with 5:24 remaining in the third, will step away. It's 2018 WPIAL football on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveSYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Our video game of the week here tonight with Greg Finley. I'm Cory Campano. Pine-Richland 21, Seneca Valley nothing. Reminder that you can follow both the WPIAL soccer and volleyball playoffs with exclusive video and audio broadcasts only here on the TribLive High School Sports Network. We've got a great game in front of us here tonight. Seneca Valley has yet to score on Pine-Richland, but they are driving. They have a 3rd and long upcoming here. It's 3rd and 12, and out of the timeout, Gabe Lawson will look to convert. He'll look to throw. He's rolling left, pressure in his face. He has to get rid of the football, and it's well short of his intended receiver, Luke Smith. Incomplete, and now 4th and long.
It's great pressure by Tyler King here on the blitz. Meinweiser tries to pick it up, and he gets he's able to keep Seminara in front, but on the other side, King on the blind side blitz, there's nobody there to stop him.
And now with the 4th and 12 from the 20-yard line, the offense has to stay on the field, and Lawson, the quarterback, will drop, look to throw. He fakes a screen, now throws a screen over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Evan Smith and trying for kind of a home run play there with Seneca Valley, trying to catch Pine-Richland off guard with some misdirection, but it did not work.
Yeah,
incomplete.
They went with the screen when they needed
12
yards.
Interesting to not, if you're going to do that on 4th down, should have ran it on 3rd to try and set yourself up for something closer, but Pine-Richland's going to take over and look to add to their 21-point lead. Reminder that next Friday and Saturday, conference play and the stretch run conclude around the WPIAL, and Trib HSSN has at least 30 broadcasts for Week 9, including our video stream game of the week on both PCN and tribhssn.triblive.com as Bethel Park hosts Upper St. Clair. 5:12 remaining in the third quarter. Back out Cole Spencer to run the offense for Pine-Richland. He gives up the middle. Luke Meckler spinning away from a tackle. Up across the 25, across the 30. A first down run for Luke Meckler and a gain of 11. Pine-Richland, until Seneca Valley can stop it, is going to go to this no-huddle offense. And they keep the clock rolling up to the line. Here's Meckler. He'll fake the give to Spencer and keep it himself. Rolling outside, tries to get a block. Flag flies as Spencer crosses the 30-yard line, but 2 flags now in the backfield, and you can almost certainly tell what's coming here, Greg.
Well, I think definitely holding, but at the end of that play, head official threw another flag. I'm wondering if we're going to get a late hit because Spencer kind of gave himself up, and then he got knocked, he got jumped on. All right, so no. We were both wrong.
No. So it's a block in the back call officially that will place it inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. A long way to go now for Pine-Richland, but it's still first down, officially 1st and 27, as the first down yard to gain is at the 41-yard line. Pine-Richland, if you're them, basically you're just thinking, okay, it gives us a chance to run some more time off the clock. They have done that exclusively in the second half. Even with a no-huddle, quick-style offense, they have been able to just take time off the clock. As the ball is placed on that right hash, and still got a little confusion maybe on the field, still not set up to play. And now we're ready to go. Cole Spencer in the gun. Meckler will get the carry. Looks up for a hole up the middle, finds a small one as he gets up across the 15 and is brought down at the 16-yard line, gain of 2. But that time, Jake Stebbins and the Seneca Valley defense ready for it. Spencer again gives to Meckler. Meckler off the right side. Tries to find some room. Nothing there again. Only gets to the 20-yard line. Gain of 2. And now a third and very long. Seneca Valley trying frantically to get back into this game. It almost feels like, Greg, that their offense hasn't been able to do it. Maybe they need a turnover. They need a big play to spark them.
Sure seems like it. And then if they allow Pine-Richland to get a first down on third down and 21, this would really hurt Seneca Valley. They definitely need to get the football back.
3rd and 21. We'll see if Cole Spencer throws. Not done much of that tonight. 3 wide receivers to the left. Play action, he will look to throw. Spencer stepping up in the pocket, rolling right. He'll have to tuck and run as he gets up across the 25 and is pushed out of bounds. That was Ryan Christobic that made the stop, and needing 21, only got about 7, so the punting unit will come on the football field for Pine-Richland as the rain starts to fall. Outside, and some yucky weather conditions here tonight. It's finally gotten cold in western PA. Cold, wet, rainy here tonight, but has not really slowed down Pine-Richland's offense. They will have to punt this time. Cole Spencer, the quarterback and punter, takes this one, a lofty end-over-end kick that takes a Pine-Richland bounce into Seneca Valley territory, and the Raiders will set it up outside their own 40-yard line when we come back. It's 2018 WPIAL football on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
Gabe Lawson and company for the Seneca Valley Raiders, down 21-0, but they have the football and will start with a first down run up the middle that does not go for very much. Jake Meinwieser, who had the 39-yard scamper last drive, gets 1 on this run. That play last drive, Greg, I really thought that might be a bit of a breakthrough for the Raiders to set up something successful and get on the board, but they stalled yet again.
Pine-Richland's defense stood strong for sure on that drive.
This is the second drive of this second half for Seneca Valley. 2nd and 9 for Gabe Lawson. In the gun with 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And Lawson pump fakes a throw to the left. Now looks right, floats one into the middle of the field. A dangerous throw that is caught up across the 45 at the 46-yard line. Josh McLean making the grab. Short gain will set up 3rd and about 6.
So hold that for about 2 yards, but that's a very risky throw. There are 4 green jerseys in the vicinity of that throw. Thankfully, McLean able to bring it down.
Nearing 2 minutes in this third quarter. Yet another third down chance here for Seneca Valley. Still in their own territory, and Gabe Lawson will look to throw. Pressure in his face, floats over the middle. Tough catch in traffic is made by Stebbins. Needed 6. I think he's going to be just short. Far side official looks to be marking this across the 50 at the 49. So you can see where the ball is placed there. It'll be 4th and 1.
Yep, needed the 48, only going to get it to the 49. You have to go for it, I would think.
Absolutely. I don't think there should be any question here. It's 4th and 1, and you're in PR territory. Trust your D. If you don't convert, you got to try and get points on the board. Lawson lines up in the gun. Man in motion, that time's Evan Smith. They'll give it up the middle, and it's a big hole for Meinwieser. Meinwieser goes right through it, goes down the sideline, diving for the pylon. See the signal. He's going to be just short on a 4th and 1 play. Meinwieser rumbling from the 49 all the way down to the 2.
just shoots right out like a cannon up the middle, takes it to the right, and look at Meckler chase him down, shove him, and he's just shy of the goal line.
Player down in the back of the end zone for Pine-Richland. Hurt. And Seneca Valley, even when you think maybe they had a score there, still 2 yards short, and that is that 2? Meckler. Luke Meckler down. That would be a substantial injury for Pine-Richland. We hope that Luke is okay. Reminder that coming up after the game, it's the WPIAL Football Scoreboard Show with Don Rebel from the Excella Health Studios at the new Trib HSSN World Headquarters with all the scores and recaps from Week 8 of WPIAL football. Don't miss the WPIAL Football Scoreboard Show after the game, only here on the TribLive High School Sports Network. As Luke Meckler walking off under his own power, that a great sign for Pine-Richland as he gets some high fives and acknowledgement from many of his teammates.
Well, now, first and goal, 1 yard line. You got to put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
You are so close
No
if you're
excuse.
Seneca.
Yep.
You can't get a penalty. You can't have any mistakes. You just got to get the ball in the end zone, and you're right back in this thing.
Ball is at the 2 with 1:05 left in this third quarter. No receiver set for the Raiders. Lawson under center will give, and we get a whistle play blown dead. Was there a flag there, Greg? I didn't see a flag.
Yep, we got a flag.
Oh, and there's your penalty, Greg.
You can't do that.
Just
first and goal on the 2, it just became first and goal on the 7.
And that makes a world of a difference against a Pine-Richland Ram defense that, aside from 2 Meinweiser runs, have been terrific here this evening. And your man right now is Jake Meinweiser, who has scampers of 39 and 47. That 47-yard run sets you up here. And down 3 scores, this is no time to mess around. I'm with you, Greg. That penalty could loom large. As Lawson goes back under center. Snap, fakes the give to the right, will throw to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Looked like a lot of traffic over there again, and he was looking for Meinweiser near the pylon, but it fell to the turf.
That's a dangerous pass. Look at the green jerseys around the area here. And it's not even a fake handoff. There's nobody there.
And
he had the window.
Yeah, really, that pass got through, and it went through the hands of Meinweiser. That should have been 6 for Seneca Valley.
There were 3 green jerseys there, but Lawson made a throw. Put it right in between where he needed to, but incomplete.
58 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. Now in the shotgun comes Lawson. Meinweiser in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left. And Lawson will drop, look to throw, pressure in his face. He dodges one tackler, trying to dodge everyone. He can't do it. He holds onto the football and is sacked all the way outside the 20-yard line. This was first and goal from the 2, a penalty, an incompletion, and now a big sack. Seneca Valley's looking at a 3rd and very long.
And that's Christophic, the Notre Dame recruit, bringing him down. Look at this 3-man rush. Breaks 1, breaks 2, and Christophic says, "You're not breaking me." Goes low, brings him down. Seneca Valley in big trouble.
They marked forward progress at the 16-yard line. It's 3rd and goal from there. Lawson rolls left, looks for a man, incomplete. Coverage on the outside. That time was by Stenson. Intended receiver Luke Smith saw the ball pass him, incomplete. And now a 4th and goal from the 16-yard line. And Seneca Valley, it just feels like, Greg, that Meinweiser had to get in the end zone on that long run.
For sure.
He just had to get in. And you talked about the hustle play. Meckler runs back, runs with him to push him out of bounds. If he gives up there at the 20-yard line, Seneca Valley scores.
Yep.
And now look at the situation. 4th and goal from the 16-yard line. Lawson in an empty set will look to throw. Pressure in his face. He lofts one towards the end zone. Tipped and incomplete. Intended receiver was Josh McLean. Senior coverage by Tyler Treblecock. Incomplete. McLean was looking for a flag. He did not get one. Seneca Valley had 1st and goal from the 2. They went back 14 yards and turned it over on downs.
And give Stetson credit on this coverage. because McLean almost went up and got it. It's a jump ball. Look at that. Gets the one hand down, knocks him over, makes sure he doesn't get a second opportunity to come down with that football. That's great coverage by Stetson.
I love the no call there from the official.
Oh, that's definitely not passing
right
interference.
at it. McLean, there may be a little contact prior to the ball arriving. That's just great coverage, as you said, though. That's how you're taught to do it. Get your hand in between the receiver's two hands. And Pine-Richland takes over again on downs from the 16-yard line. Spencer rolls out the throw this time and completes it to his receiver, and making the grab there for the first time today is Luke Miller. And Miller gets positive yards out across the 20 to the 21. A 5-yard gain that will end the third quarter, with Pine-Richland leading 21-0 over Seneca Valley. And we will go to the fourth. It's 2018 WPIAL football on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
What can you expect at Seton Hill University?
An opportunity to transform the future.
A leader in innovative and mobile technology.
A personalized education tailored to your interests and your goals.
A welcoming community.
A big step up to your dream career.
As a nationally recognized Catholic liberal arts university, Seton Hill pushes your education, your abilities, and your career to a higher level. Seton Hill University. This way up for progress, possibility, and a brighter future.
Back at Pine-Richland High School, the Rams leading 21-0, and they have the football as we enter the fourth quarter.
And don't forget, next Friday, video game of the week, Upper St. Clair, Bethel Park, Trib, HSSN.TribLive.com. Lanny Ferteri, Bob Orquist on the call. It's also on PCN television, 7:30 kickoff. Final game of the season next week.
And then we will lead into the playoffs. 21-0 here for one for sure playoff team in Pine-Richland. They have the ball and a give up the middle again. Luke Meckler already back in the game from injury. That was a 2nd and 5 run that he's just short on. Be 3rd and 1, maybe even less than a yard for Pine-Richland. Quickly to the line. Meckler gets the call again, enough for the first down, and he gets up near the 30-yard line. Nice run for number 2 in green, and Meckler has been over 100 yards for quite some time, but he just keeps adding on to his stats and been a terrific back so far all season, really, for Pine-Richland, but he's been showcased here tonight.
He's at 176 yards on 20 carries tonight.
And scratch that last one out on the gain as a late flag was found on the far side of the field there. It's an illegal block in the back, so instead of a 3rd down and short conversion for Pine-Richland, this is going to bring this back almost near the original line of scrimmage where they started to start this drive. As it's going to mark at the 22-yard line. Looks like a 3rd and 9 here. From the 17, excuse me. 3rd and 9 for Pine-Richland. Spencer has not thrown it much. Hasn't thrown it much all season, really, when you look back at Phil Jerkovic's numbers from a year ago. Spencer's run the ball quite often tonight. Might throw it here. It's 3rd and 9. Low snap. He just has to pick it up and look for room to run, and Spencer breaks one tackle but can't get away from the second one on the outside, and that snap is going to stall this Pine-Richland drive. A nice job by Seneca Valley to hold, and they'll force a punt here.
Well, that's good for Seneca Valley because the way Pine-Richland killed clock in the third quarter. I mean, Seneca started their second drive at about 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter?
Yep. Somewhere around there,
So they're going to get the ball back. Plenty of time.
Spencer standing back at his own 3, awaiting the snap to punt this away, and we get a flag on the field to blow this play dead. And Seneca Valley will give Pine-Richland a little more room to punt with an encroachment penalty. Reminder that while we own Friday nights, follow our Trib HSSN fall sports coverage every day with soccer and volleyball broadcasts and a lot more. Your home for all high school sports is the TribLive High School Sports Network. And it's official, our one true source for all high school sports is the TribLive High School Sports Network. As this our video game of the week, Pine-Richland, Seneca Valley, and the home squad on senior night, the Rams leading at 21-0. Their quarterback / punter, Cole Spencer, punts it away into Seneca Valley territory, and receiving it at the 45 and on the out-of-bounds line over there is Josh McLean. So Seneca Valley will set up from their own 45, and Greg, we just keep saying it, they have to score.
Yep, and last drive would have been really nice if Mine-Weezer would have crossed the pylon, but Cole Spencer just took something out of the drama school playbook. He just flopped down as if he was tackled. He was barely bumped and tried to draw the penalty. That was funny.
Well, we've seen it once tonight. We've seen running into the kicker once tonight.
And that was legitimate contact. This one was literally a tap, and he just flopped down on the ground trying to draw 15. That was funny.
Didn't work. Rain pouring harder and harder here at Pine-Richland. Seneca Valley goes back to work on offense. Lawson, the quarterback, will give up to the middle, first man through. And that's Mine-Weezer. His forward progress will mark it out to the 46, a gain of 1. Good pursuit that time by the Rams. That was Tyler King in there first. Just nothing up the middle that time. Seneca Valley has not thrown as much as we thought they would in this second half either. Kind of tried to stick to the run and just move the football as they can, but only a couple big Mine-Weezer runs, and that's really it, as Lawson will drop a look to throw this time, and this pass is going to fall incomplete. Two receivers over there, Stebbins and Smith. Pass landed right in the middle of them, and once again, great coverage on the outside for Pine-Richland.
And there was double coverage from the Rams on that pass play, and the throw was underthrown to the left side of the intended receiver, Luke Smith. And again, the pressure is just coming from everywhere from Pine-Richland. There were 3 guys coming right at Gabe Lawson. He does not have plenty of time at all to get rid of the ball.
Clock stopped at 9:35 left in the game, and a big 3rd and 9 for Seneca Valley. In motion goes Curran. Lawson drops, has time this time, now tucks the ball and trying to run away from it. Can't get away from the pressure. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. First man to him was Miguel Jackson. Another sack for Pine-Richland. That time Lawson had a couple seconds, but nobody was open downfield yet, and ultimately another sack.
Well, here's what really hurts. Mine-Weezer's wide open. You see it. He's like, hey, I'm over here. There's nobody over there. Everybody's coming after Lawson. Everybody's covering on that side. Mine-Weezer was wide open, but Lawson didn't see him. He didn't have time to see him. The pressure was just coming.
Miguel Jackson, another sack. He leads the Rams this year in sacks, and
there's too many men on the field now in Seneca Valley. This just cannot happen at Pine-Richland.
Yeah, you've got 12 men on the field after you're already lined up to punt. I mean, at this point, it looks like Seneca Valley's kind of going through motions right now. I mean, that's a 3rd and 9 there to try and convert to really just keep your hopes alive. I mean, the blocking really wasn't there. Lawson didn't find one open guy that was there. Nobody was open downfield. Mm-hmm. It's just sluggish right now for the Seneca Valley Raiders. As Lawson stands back at his own 22-yard line to boot this one away. That's Meckler deep for the Rams. Snap there, and Lawson, the rugby-style punt down the right side, bounces at the right hash in Pine-Richland territory and takes his Seneca Valley roll inside the 35 to the 33-yard line, and Pine-Richland will be setting up there. But before they do, we want to remind you to check out the new Rebel Yell podcast featuring our own Don Rebel as he talks WPIAL football every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Also use the hashtag AskDon with all of your questions, as Don has the answers, accurate or not, during every Friday show. 8:27, 8:26 on the clock. And Pine-Richland goes back to work on offense, kind of a formality at this point for them, as they're going to try and hold on to the football, run as much clock as possible. And they'll give it off to Luke Meckler to start the drive again. Gains 1 before he's brought down by a slew of Raiders. But more importantly, if you're Pine-Richland, that means that time rolls off the clock. A little bit of a different game when you're playing Seneca Valley, Greg, as far as Pine-Richland, really any opponent. You've got to be ready for them to stop you often on the defensive side of the ball, and you just have to find ways to handle that.
Right, and Pine-Richland's done a good job doing that. They've just killed a lot of clock here in the second half. Seneca Valley's had 3 possessions in the second half. That's it.
And the crazy part is when they got the ball for the possession near the end of the third quarter and got all the way down inside the goal line, you think their possession's going to end with a touchdown. It did not. They pushed them back, and they couldn't get in the end zone as Meckler gets another carry for a short gain up to the 39. It's just been a strong display, not only of athletic ability and football, what we're seeing here from Pine-Richland, but from a coaching aspect. I think Coach Kasparovich had a nice game plan coming into this, knew what he was going to do, knew that he was going to get stopped on certain possessions, but still elected to run the football and stick to Pine-Richland football, and that's play with a strong line on both sides of the field.
Yep, and he's done that for sure in this game.
Now a 3rd and 5. It's another quarterback keeper, Spencer. He's got room. He's got enough for the first down up near midfield before Josh McLean finally brings him down. Spencer gets up with a gain of 10. Goes from the 39 to the 49 and move the sticks once again for the home team, the Pine-Richland Rams.
So now Spencer's over 100 yards. He's at 102 yards on the ground, and Meckler is at 180 yards on the ground.
That two-headed monster for Pine-Richland on full display here tonight. And again, credit to those men up front on the offensive line. Ruddock, Bales, Durundo, Kadick, Kristofic, all of them just been terrific. As Meckler gets another carry, room on the right side into Seneca Valley territory, across the 45 to the 44-yard line, gain of 7 on the give for Meckler, and these are just hard-fought yards from number 2 in green.
They just keep pounding the football with Luke Meckler. Takes this hit, spins forward, able to get more than 5. He was only going to get 5, spun his way to get 7.
Yeah, Connor Hayes touched him around the 46. He just kept going up to the 44. He's a tough man to bring down. Luke Meckler, a terrific running back and only a junior. He'll be back next season, and Cole Spencer only a sophomore. So that duo in the backfield going to return for Pine-Richland next year. But they are focused on this year. They are looking for every single opportunity they can get to hopefully repeat as WPIAL and state champions. Give up the middle. This time is Caden Schweiger. And he has enough for a first down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Before he is marked down there, sticks move for Pine-Richland. And again, clock rolls. I feel like we're saying the same thing every run here, Greg, but it's the truth. I mean,
this is their bread and butter.
Yeah, this is just, they know how to close out football games. There's no doubt about that. And now they're just letting the play clock roll. We'll have to see here if Coach Kasparovich decides to get all the seniors in, rotate them in and out. 1 second on the play clock. Schweiger gets the carry off to the right side, and he's stopped in the backfield. Remember, don't miss the network's newest show, the WPIAL Soccer Show with Bob Orquist and James Dotson, every Wednesday night at 5:55, only on Trib HSSN. Next week it becomes the WPIAL Soccer Playoff Pairing Show. See the soccer umbrella on the sideline there. That's a nice look. Keeping yourself dry as well. Pine-Richland will just run this out. And, Greg, really, realistically, you're looking at this, 2 first downs. This will be over?
Pretty much.
They're running it down to 1 second on the clock unless Seneca Valley decides to use timeouts. And instead, Pine-Richland will call a timeout, probably to rotate some of that personnel into the game. Pine-Richland's timeout, their second of the half. They'll have 1 remaining in this game.
Well, they ran out of time. They were letting that clock run down and ran out of time.
Yeah, they let it roll down to 1 and then took a timeout right before the delay of game penalty. Every day at HSSN.TribLive.com, we have something new for the football fans, including WPIAL and PIAA rankings, along with the district power rankings, 5 things to watch, the Trib 7 countdown, and much, much more.
They look like they're having fun.
Pine-Richland sideline. Looks like a choreographed dance to celebrate another victory. Pine-Richland has become just an absolute winning machine, haven't they?
Oh, they really have.
This is remarkable in Kasparovich's 6th year. All they do is win.
I'm looking forward to next week's game when they take on North Allegheny. That's the game that you always just circle on the calendar for a great high school football game.
Historical rivalry. 2nd and 11 here for the Rams. Ball at the 40 on the right hash for Cole Spencer. Meckler to the left of him. That's King as the blocker. Fake to Meckler and Spencer. Keeps on that left side, and he's brought down around the 35-yard line, but still fighting through pressure. Spencer's able to get 6 yards there. And it'll set up 3rd and 6. Read option's been on display multiple times here tonight, and it seems like Spencer has made a great decision on 90% of those runs, whether to keep or give to Meckler. Rely a lot on the quarterback to read that play. Now with the clock winding down towards 1 second, they do get it off Spencer. A fake, a look to throw, and he dropped the football. That's going to be a fumble, and Seneca Valley has fallen on the football. Falling on it was big number 88, Felipe Junquiera. And Junquiera forces the first turnover. Really didn't force it. Spencer just dropped the football, but Junquiera is credited with a fumble recovery. And Seneca Valley will get the football back with 3:38 to go.
And keep in mind, it's raining, and it's raining pretty hard. And he looks like he's ready to throw it, and he just loses the football. I don't know if he made a throwing motion or not on that. We don't have challenges in high school football, so whatever the ref says goes. And unfortunately for Seneca Valley, they're running out of time.
Yeah, that seemed like the right call. Seneca Valley into the game. That is not Gabe Lawson running the quarterback keeper on the right side. That is number 12, Caden Smithgo. And Smithgo gets up across the 40-yard line to the 41. So some personnel changes there. Smithgo still in the game here. Gabe Lawson, don't know if maybe a coach's decision, don't get him injured, want him for next week. Seneca Valley's going to have an important game next week of their own. We talk about Pine-Richland, North Allegheny, as this carries to Mineweezer on the left side. And Mineweezer makes a cut up across the 45, now for a first down, and he's brought down just shy of midfield. But a nice run again from Mineweezer at Norwin next week for Seneca Valley is... Barring a miracle, they're going to fall to 6-3 overall, 4-3 in this conference, and they'll face a Norwin squad that has struggled a bit as of late, and it'll be a chance for Seneca Valley to win and solidify a playoff spot. After the first down run, ball placed at the 48. Smithgo in the gun, QB keeper off that right side, drags a couple tacklers with him, and Smithgo goes across the 45-yard line in Pine territory and is brought down at the 44. A nice run from the second-string QB. Always a time, I think, Greg, that when your name's called upon, no matter the game situation, it's still time to show yourself and pad the stats a little bit.
Yeah, and they're letting him show what he can do. This was the quarterback that played against Pittsburgh Central Catholic whenever Gabe Lawson was out with an injury.
Smithgo looks to throw. Nothing open on the right side, so he comes back to the left and he hits a man on the left sideline. This is going to go all the way for a score. It's a 44-yard touchdown from Smithgo to Josh McLean, who came back to catch the football, made one man miss. And don't look now, but Caden Smithgo has led the only scoring drive for Seneca Valley. With 1:57 left, they are on the board. A 44-yard hookup.
And watch what Smithco does. Doesn't see anybody here. All right, going to move over a little bit. There's my guy. Finds him. And McLean is gone after he makes that catch.
Smithgo stays on to hold. Seth Winters on for the extra point. Seneca Valley does get a score against Pine-Richland, and Winters connects for the extra point, 21-7, with 1:57 remaining. Seneca Valley on the board, and I don't know. What does that show you for next week, Greg? I mean, Caden Smithgo comes in, doesn't look phased at all. A couple nice runs, a nice passing play, you get a score, and I mean, hey, a little earlier, you never know. I mean, Seneca Valley scores a possession on the Mine-Weezer long run. Does Smithgo show you enough here to maybe get some PT next week?
I would think that Gabe Lawson's still going to see as the starter. He's the starter of this team. He was told that by his coach. His coach has to believe in Gabe Lawson. But Smithgo, that's a great drive.
Yeah.
I mean, late in this game, not much time left, but you scored against Pine-Richland. You'll take it if you're Seneca Valley.
There's 2 timeouts left for the Raiders as well as the Rams. 1:57 left. This has to be an onside kick try, right? Have to give yourself a chance.
I would think so, yes.
I don't see Seneca Valley just kicking this deep and kind of rolling over. You want to at least give your chance. I mean, it's a wet field out there right now. Weather conditions could make for a tough onside kick recovery. So we'll have to see how the Raiders go about this.
The way he's trying to line this up is just indicating that he's trying to
get the perfect spot here, huh?
Yep.
We saw the big leg only on display once tonight from Seth Winters. He's got a very strong leg. And now formation, same amount of guys on each side for Seth Winters. Fake one way, Winters will go the same way. The onside kick, it was touched by Pine-Richland, but I believe it rolled out of bounds here. And that's a penalty. That's going to be a free kick out of bounds if the flag is thrown, and it is.
It was a pretty good kick.
It was.
The one guy for Seneca Valley dives on it before it goes out of bounds, Seneca would have had the football back, but it didn't happen. It got out of bounds first, and so Pine-Richland will get the football with under 2 minutes to go, up 14 points, knock out some clock, and this game's over.
Looking to ice the victory are the Rams, ball placed in Seneca Valley territory. Starters still on the field because this is just a 14-point lead. But Pine-Richland, another great display here tonight, and Luke Meckler trying to cap it off as he gets a carry to the right side and rolls over a man up to the 41-yard line. A nice chunk of yardage there, gain of 9 for Meckler. McLean was the man that brought him down, and did we get a stop here, a timeout? We did. Timeout called by Seneca Valley with 1:50 left in the game, and watch Meckler again. Boom. It's lowering into Stebbins.
Meckler's been shaken up twice in tonight's game. You don't want him to get hurt going against NA next week, so I just wonder if Coach Kasparovich is going to let him sit this out because they're up 14, minute 50 left. This one's pretty much over.
Meckler has just been an absolute rock for the Rams here tonight, and I'm looking at your stat sheet right now, Greg. I mean, there's 2 columns filled up the whole way across, and it's just carries for Meckler and Spencer. And they've both just carried the load. They've handled their business, and Cole Spencer's got 2 touchdowns. Meckler, the long run. That's really been the story. How many times has Spencer thrown it? It's under 5.
He's thrown the ball 3 times
times tonight, and that's all that he's needed to. Now it's Schweiger out of a timeout. Caden Schweiger needed 2 yards for a first down. He got much more than that. He goes from the 41 to the 29, a gain of 11 for Caden Schweiger, who's been a nice pace back tonight for the Rams, and I don't think Seneca Valley will use that final timeout as that first down has sealed this victory for Pine-Richland. Pine-Richland is going to go to 8-1 overall, 7-0 in this Quad County Conference with that showdown against North Allegheny next week. North Allegheny was playing a non-conference matchup here tonight, and they will face Pine-Richland next week. Schweiger up the middle again, up to the 25-yard line. Short gain of 4, but Seneca Valley will use a timeout. Interesting. With 1:13 left in the game, they will use their final timeout. Maybe rotate some seniors into the game, or hoping for a fumble and a return, hoping for a miracle, really, but they will use that last timeout. Great display on both sides of the football here tonight, Greg. Pine-Richland is as advertised yet again.
Yeah, and I think you got to give credit to Seneca Valley for holding Pine-Richland only 21 points. Pine-Richland scores 40 a game. Seneca Valley's defense definitely gave them the opportunity to win tonight's game. The penalties really hurt Seneca Valley, and you just can't make mistakes at Pine-Richland, and that's probably what really hurt the Raiders tonight. They had stuff going for them on offense. They played a pretty good game, offensively and defensively, but the penalties really hurt them tonight.
Well, let's face it, too. Seneca Valley, you mentioned they had chances offensively. I think that's an understatement. I mean, they really could have turned this game on its heels. They really could have made a storm here tonight. But Pine-Richland, you got to credit Pine-Richland where credit's due, too. Their defense does not get talked about enough. Week in, week out, and their defense was spectacular here tonight. Now it's Schweiger again on a carry out of the final timeout from Seneca Valley. Caden Schweiger on a 2nd and 6, gains 3. That'll make it 3rd and 3, and we are under a minute left in this contest. It is 2 more snaps for Pine-Richland if they get a first down. They'll have a 3rd and 3 here to do so. Obviously, we'll run this one down until 1 second before snapping it. And you mentioned conserving Meckler. Greg, he has not been on the field since you said that. No reason?
No.
Spencer in the gun. Gives to Schweiger again. Schweiger up the middle, enough for the first down. That's going to seal the victory for Pine-Richland. He gets up to the 22-yard line. Nice little pickup for Caden Schweiger, and the Rams will crowd near midfield as they'll get set to shake hands. There's not going to be another snap in this game. Reminder that coming up after the game, it's WPIAL Football Scoreboard Show. Don Rebel from the Excella Health Studios at the new Trib HSSN World Headquarters with all the scores and recaps from Week 8 of WPIAL Football. Don't miss the WPIAL Football Scoreboard Show after the game here on the TribLive High School Sports Network. Final here tonight, Pine-Richland 21, Seneca Valley 7. We'll step away, be back to wrap it up. It's 2018 WPIAL Football on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
There's a new fear, not of better options, of rising loan rates. It's real. Rates have gone up, and Dollar Bank still has one of the lowest around. With a rate as low as 3.29% APR with only $50,000 borrowed, fixed for 7 years, there's nothing to fear. You can renovate the kitchen or update a bathroom or 2. So lock in your rate now before they, well, I don't want to say it out loud. If choosing the better option is your worry, you can be confident that Dollar Bank's loan experts have only your best interests in mind, since they're not paid a commission. So lock in your rate before they go up again. Get those home improvements done with a rate as low as 3.29% APR, fixed for 7 years. Longer terms are available. Stop by, call 1-800-242-BANK, or visit dollar.bank. Dollar Bank, mutually inspired. Rate is for well-qualified borrowers and includes a discount with a maintained qualifying checking account. Not available for the refinance of a Dollar Bank loan, line, or mortgage of less than $15,000 in new money. Monthly payment of $13.34 per $1,000 borrowed. Other terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice. Equal housing lender.
Back on the TribLive High School Sports Network, see the aftermath on the field. The Pine-Richland Rams winning tonight 21-7 over the Seneca Valley Raiders. Their showdown will be next week against North Allegheny. But let's see how they got this victory here tonight with the scores from the game. 21-7 Pine-Richland victory.
So it all opened up with a Meckler 92-yard touchdown. Just takes it, turns the Jets on. Smith tries to run him down, but he's unable to get him, and Meckler would rush for over 200 yards in tonight's win. Cole Spencer would then take it in on a 4th and 1 touchdown on the 2-yard line to make it 14-0 Rams at halftime. Third quarter, Cole Spencer, quarterback keeper, spins his way into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown. And then Smithco comes in at quarterback for Gabe Lawson, and he will throw a 44-yard touchdown pass to Josh McClain for the only touchdown of the game for Seneca Valley, but Pine-Richland wins this one tonight, 21-7.
Pine-Richland moving to 8-1 overall, 7-0 in the conference. Seneca Valley falls to 6-3 overall, 4-3 in the conference. Still looks like they have a good shot at a playoff spot, though. Big showdown next week. First for Seneca Valley, they're at Norwin, chance to cap off their season with a win. And Pine-Richland at North Allegheny. Greg mentioned it earlier, the game that everyone talked about at the beginning of the season is the final game of the year. That will be at North Allegheny next week, and that will be a showtime game, a big one to watch. Pine-Richland wins it tonight 21-7 over the Seneca Valley Raiders. Excellent display both offensively and defensively. And the Rams look for real again. They'll be put to the ultimate test next week. For the great crew here with the Trib HSSN Network, the video game of the week, a definite success this week. Thank you to everyone on hand. Thank you to my partner, Greg Finley. And I'm Cory Campano signing off. You have watched a 2018 WPIAL football edition here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.